Live. Hold on. Okay, so we don't have music because something is going on with the music. So we just gonna be naked in these streets without music tonight. So
How about me?
Sam can probably hum the theme music. If you want to do that to play us in, but we gonna roll in quiet tonight because it ain't no music. There's so much happened today. I don't even know where to start, y'all.
I
Yeah.
think we could start with the least infuriating part of the show, which was
Darling, can we start off by saying our condolences to Nelson's
Yeah,
family and friends?
yeah,
I was
that is
gonna
so.
say we should probably start something with Nelson because he was a big voice in the soap community. I know a lot of people did not like him, as evidenced by some of these tweets that people
Hmm.
have literally put out here.
Yeah.
But whether you liked him or not, he gave a lot to the soap community. He
He
contributed
did.
a lot. He had a lot of knowledge. And he had friends and loved ones. So y'all try to be gentle because the trolls are working overtime.
You
Um,
know,
It
somebody
is.
had was just dragging him recently too. I remember when I read.
Sam, you cut out completely.
That's just terrible. That is so
Sam
disrespectful that they
is
are.
probably
You,
feeling bad about it.
You cut Sam, you gonna have to start all over because you cut out completely.
Oh no, I was just saying that. Yeah, it seems to be sad that he wasn't well. I won't say well liked by everybody, but he definitely wasn't well liked by all. That's sad.
Mm.
yes, it is. You're
I
right.
had no issues with it. And you know,
You know, not every person is gonna be like. I'm pretty sure when I close my eyes for the last time, somebody's gonna post a celebration emoji or some shit because they gonna be
Mm.
like Jay Z said. They pray for the death of my dynasty. Um,
Mm.
and I know that I've read some things that Nelson has written before, and I was like, I know he didn't just say that, but I also understand that if you're a fan and then you're somebody who tries to be objective to work from both
Mhm.
sides of the field, it don't always work out that way. Sometimes you just let go and let how you really feel loose. I know
Right.
somebody
Right.
Mm.
had an issue with him because of something that he said about Neil Winters. Um, and I'm gonna just tell y'all would have hated me back in the day because Neil Winters could go kick rocks in the corner with his fake ass son-in-law Kane Ashby for the way that he was treating Drusilla. I dragged that man for decades. I didn't stop. His name was Bastard Neil. That is how I referred to him each and every time I talked about Neil Winters. I still don't like Neil Winters, but I absolutely love Christoph St. John, and I still ain't over him being found unalive. So
Yeah.
I mean, you just have to take it with a grain of salt, especially when you're on social media. Sometimes people do things to get the attention. Y'all, we've all been touched by trolls today. I know. But you
Mm-hmm.
just have to keep in mind that everybody don't do things the same way. And sometimes, I mean, people got the right to not like what they don't like.
Mm-hmm.
I never really saw anything from him that made me feel like,
me
oh, I'm gonna
neither.
go punch him in the face. I've never seen anything.
Right.
So I don't understand the the vitriol.
Me
I
neither.
saw something even before he died. I saw something where somebody had posted saying why
Yeah.
they didn't like him because he said X Y Z about somebody,
Or
and I'm
something that somebody had literally got out there and said that he was doing something very, very awful in one of the spaces or something. And I was just like peeking my little eyeballs in, like, what's going on here? But I didn't comment or anything because, you know, I'm just be nosy sometimes on these Twitter streets.
yeah, I
And
know.
yeah, I stay my behind out of it. But I do wish condolences to his family because no
Yes.
matter what, he's somebody's son, somebody's
Exactly.
brother, somebody's father, and you
Somebody's
know
friend. He was
Somebody
exactly,
in
that's it.
somebody in his real life is mourning. That's the whole point. Like
exactly.
people
Exactly.
can't not give it a rest. Like if your shoes were on his foot, like if you were in his place, how would you want other people to respect your passing. Like it's real life. This is not on TV. You
No,
know,
it is not.
it's just despicable. It's so disrespectful.
My thing is your personal dislike for somebody is
Mm-hmm.
whatever. You can dislike them. Nobody says that just because the man passed, you have to like him. But can you think about the people who actually care about this person who's gone and how much pain they in right now? You really think they want to see that person
That's
damn.
exactly.
You went out, darling.
Oh, I'm probably going to end up switching over to my phone because I think my internet is going to be a little better.
Yeah,
There you
it
go
must
again.
be.
If I have it on good
She
authority
gone
that it
again.
don't. Hold on, I'm gonna switch over to my phone.
So listen, yeah, that's terrible about Mr. Branco and his family. So after we
My
talk about
condolences.
him, what we getting into on this soap opera
I
today?
want to get into Taylor first. Can we please do that?
I have no problems with that. I let's go.
We can
I
do
res-
Hope. We can do
I
Hope because I'm
reserve
very
the right.
upset about that trash.
Yes, Lady Sanchez, let's please, because I deserve to at least hear at least a couple of draggings before this podcast is over.
Yeah. Well, let's do Hope. Shoot, who going first? God dog it, because
I got
that's
mine
so
out
and
earlier.
so
I can't
today.
remember.
So yeah, well, so I've been working all day, but I did catch the show in the intermediate, and Hope basically told Thomas that Douglas belonged in the shed, point blank,
Yeah,
in the motherfucking period. That's what I heard today.
that's what
It
she.
was
Yeah,
it was the I'ma give him to you and the panic attack that took me out. I was like, excuse me, ma'am, what
She
the
said,
hell?
I'll give you some more visitation.
Yeah.
I'll give you some more visitation. Bitch, I will snatch your eyebrows out.
I was about to say somebody wig clean off. A muffin top needed to be pulled clean back.
He said, if you're worried about the time you spend with Douglas, I'll just give you some more visitation time, Thomas. Visiting the fucking seed that came out of his balls.
Yes.
Can you imagine? She
but
wants
no.
him to visit the very his semen made that boy.
Yeah.
Talking about, I'm gonna give you some more visitation if that'll make you feel better. You know what? I ain't even about people at all. But if Thomas had a reflex reaction and gave her a side chop in the throat for that, I would have put money on his commissary code. Because that's how I raised my son.
Oh
But
my God,
Bubble, she
that
not
was
only said I will give you more visitation, what she said is I will give you some more visitations in this house,
okay.
at the cabin, on
Mhm.
my terms. That's
On
what
her
she
time
said.
too.
And
That's
on
what that
Douglas's
bitch
schedule.
said. Come on.
Say all that. And
Okay.
Douglas's schedule at this house here. You
Yes,
know,
on her terms.
I
it,
want that hoe to be in her bed in the field position, crying and not even paying attention to bed. Well,
and
that
knocking
bed
and
is.
knocking back some Parmesan or either some night train.
You know
Cause
what? She even got to be drunk. The fact that she'll be despondent in the bed and not talking to nobody be good enough
yes,
for me.
I need Hope to lose hope. So yes, I need her to be very despondent. Tell that.
I
I,
want her to be so distraught that she goes into a self-induced coma the way Chuck McGill did in season 3 of Better Call Saul. That's what I want. I want her laid up in the bed, eyes open, just despondent, not talking, not moving. She ain't doing nothing but breathing. And Brooke standing by her. I don't know why Hope is like this. It has to be Douglas. Thomas Douglas, and now Hope may never recover. Send her
she
ass
can recover. She'll be fine.
She'll be fine. She will be fine. Just let Liam lay her on the floor.
No, no, no. They don't even need to do that.
Her.
She don't even need to do that. Just wait. Just take Douglas. Wait 9 months. She will knock on the door by then.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
You know what was the best part about that, y'all? It was the dimple and the eye jump for me from Thomas. I was like, ooh, honey, yes. He was so sexy. I'm sorry, y'all. Thomas looked so fine. I could have ate him up on a snack table, like, oh, look at her, like the nerve of this wench. Did she just say that? Did she forget who I was? She's actually starting to believe that Liam is his daddy.
Yeah.
But how about we getting ready to see like old school Thomas? Like old school, I will set your motherfucking house on fire, Thomas. That's
Yeah.
what we're fixing to see. We're fixing to see Drew Tyler Bell's Thomas come back up. He gonna be
I wouldn't be surprised.
on cars.
I wouldn't be surprised if they turn this around to make Tommen the villain, when all he's trying to do is be a father and raise his son 100%. What Hope wants is for Thomas to be a Liam. Hope wants Thomas to be to Douglas what Liam is to Kelly. That's what she's trying to make Thomas into. She thinks that's perfectly fine and perfectly normal that Kelly has been X'd out as Liam's daughter and replaced with Douglas. And so she's happy with that. She wants Thomas to accept that Liam is the father of Douglas, just like she wants just like she's happy with Finn being the father of Kelly. She wants Thomas to be a damn Liam.
Can we please dig into that, Sam? Let's dig into that, please.
Well, it is what it is. I mean, you can see it for itself. It's right there on paper. It's right there. It's plain and simple. This person wants to possess Douglas. She likes to possess everything because, like I told y'all, she is an insatiable hole. She has
youngest child syndrome.
How much you give her, no matter how much she has,
she wants more.
She's a black hole. She's a black hole.
She is an insatiable hole.
She's
So now
she's the emotional vampire.
And someone's hurting her because they want to rise to the occasion to be the man and father that they supposed to be.
And he deserves it.
Robbery to her. She's so selfish. She doesn't see that Thomas being the best man and father that he can be is the very best for Douglas because Thomas is his father, where she is not.
It's not anything that is visible to them. Because the reason why I said let's dig into this is because this is what happens when you are a daddy's girl and your daddy leave you. So you teach your kids that it's okay to interlope yourself and usurp other people's marriages and say fuck their children that they already have in these marriages. So
that's what the Logans do best.
Exactly. And this is how she was raised. This is why she was always telling Ridge, oh, daddy this and daddy that, knowing damn well her daddy is Deacon and he on the other side of the world with somebody else running their life. So
and when Ridge stopped giving her everything she wanted, when he stopped treating her like she was the pampered princess and said, well, hey, fuck, I do have a daughter over here. She would like some attention. And I think I got her back on this because I agree with her. She stopped calling the man that raised her daddy. Selfish as fuck. She's so selfish that she never really loved him. Because if she did, you can't turn off the love that you have for a father overnight because they don't piss you off.
Say that. And that's why
you can't turn it off.
That's why she the way she is when it comes
to she's insatiable. She doesn't feel the way other people feel. She was handed and given everything. Brooke just fucked her up. She was given everything badly because of the way she came to be, and she's not stable. Everybody say, "Oh, she's the most stable one." No, she's the most.
No, she's not.
No,
she wound up tighter than a goddamn clock, and she gonna pop any motherfucking minute.
Yeah, she
today. Her language today, the language she used with her mother, the language, especially the language she used with Thomas, it was all so revealing because I was like, wow. When you say somebody showed their ass, Hope showed her entire ass like a baboon's butt and didn't hold back for an instant. It was the way that she talked to Thomas before she even got to the nitty-gritty of the thing that offended me the most. Oh, is Eric going to be there? Well, honey, it's at Eric's house, so it's a reasonable guess that he'd be there. But even if he wasn't, so what? That's his dad. He's going to spend the night over with his dad at his place.
It was an insult.
It was an insult. It was an insult because my thing is like this. It's like if your child is going out to a stranger's house or something, you have certain questions that you're going to ask before you sign off on that. Who's going to be there, etc., etc.? What are you going to do? That is how Hope was treating Thomas today. She was treating him like he was taking Douglas somewhere and he's just like this person that Douglas doesn't know, or more specifically, that she doesn't know. That was her marking her very clear and very screwed up boundaries about this situation with Thomas. Okay. And then I'm
Which is
sorry.
why I
Hmm?
don't want her to have even partial goddamn custody. I
At
always
this
said
point,
this
I'm
because
against
if
it.
she like this now, what happens when Thomas gets a woman that he want to marry? She gonna have her ass up in their business.
At this point, I'm against it too, because his thing, Hope has proven that she cannot be reasonable about this at all. Because she, as far as she's concerned, and of course I'm gonna just go ahead and get to the meat and potatoes, when she said that she would give Thomas time.
Mhm.
You
That's
see,
it.
that
That's
give
it.
and allow shit. I swear, if there had been a talk between two people of a different caliber, the only thing Hope would have been allowed was the ass whooping that she had coming.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Because
You're gonna be
it's
loud
like,
and pissed.
because the thing is this, that no matter what, despite how the show has written this confusingly over the years, whether they have shared custody, whether Hope adopted the boy, whatever, the bottom line is Thomas never surrendered his parental rights.
Say
So
that.
that means that they are at best co-parents. Okay, that means they are equals. But that is not what Hope sees Thomas is. Thomas is not her equal when it comes down to parental decisions regarding Douglas Forrester. And
His
that
own
goes
damn
and
son.
that's
See,
and that's why I'm not for her keeping rights at this point. Because it's like, no, you're supposed to, if you're co-parenting, that means you make decisions together. That means you come to agreements together. You saying that you're going to allow something is you saying that you're running this shit and Thomas needs to just be grateful for whatever it is you want to go along with.
mhm.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's because
And
he
Exactly.
has
see,
been afforded these luxuries for so long. The bitch got it confused. She
Right.
gets really
That's
Very.
confused.
y'all. I don't even
Whose
know.
audio was that, y'all?
This was
Um,
this was probably one of the most infuriating episodes I've seen. And then, well, we ain't got to that part yet. We ain't got to them people yet. I won't jump ahead. But yeah, Hope is acting like somebody is coming to take her favorite toy away from her. She don't want to share it. You can't have it. You can look at it. I'll let you hold it for 2 seconds. Give back. That's how she's acting, like a child. And the people who are supporting this, like, this is a grown man who went through a period of time that was difficult for him because, first of all, they never dealt with Thomas's grief. He came home. I'm pretty sure when he went to New York, he ended up falling in love with Caroline due to that lie that her and Bill sold him about her getting ready to die. And then he found out she wasn't getting ready to die, but he ended up going back to New York with her anyway. And then she did die. I feel like if we could bring Caroline back, and I don't even care if it's Lindsay, because Lindsay's on days unless they asked her. I need for Caroline to have somebody representing her voice in this. Because nobody is. All anybody is saying is, well, when Caroline died, Hope stepped in and just took up that very big challenge of being
What's that noise? I'm sorry, but Bubbles, but what's
somebody's
that
I've been
crackling.
noise?
hearing it too.
Who's crackling? Everybody mute. Now hold on. I think I know. We're going one by one. Lady Sanchez, that's not you, is it?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna mute you back. I think Can was already muted because I can't unmute her.
yes, ma'am.
Sam is muted, so I think it might have been you, darling.
Wait, let's see. Is it me?
It stopped. Okay.
So, how about me?
No, it
No,
stopped. Whatever it was, it stopped.
that is again. Who is
Who?
that?
I'm gonna go out and come back in because I don't like this.
It's Sam.
Okay, I'm going out and coming back in.
Okay. I think we got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, somebody needs to represent Caroline's voice more than just saying Hope took up her role when she died, because then she didn't really need to take up that role. Thomas was mentally ill in the first place to
Exactly.
answer that question. He was
So
not in his proper faculties to begin with to go for that, asking her if she could be a mother to Douglas.
you know what I like about Thomas's actions and all of this, because he really is going about it the most mature and respectful way as possible. Because
He
after
is.
all, she had stepped in it in a place that she did not have to. I will say that. She's done her part and now it's over. This is my thing, and this has always been my point. Uh, you cannot you cannot tell somebody who has been this child's parent from the go point what to do. What to do? Like, you seriously is going to sit up here and tell Thomas when he can and what he can't do? Like, let's look at the maturity of him telling her, let's not be ugly. Don't fight me on this. Just roll with the punches, because Thomas knows, just like we know, if it come out in court, she gonna lose everything.
But see, this is the thing, guys. This is where I'm at with this whole story.
Oh,
We
Sam,
all
hold on,
know.
Sam. Sam, hold on. You sound distorted again.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's,
hold on, guys. I'm gonna move in the room where I'm at. Okay. Do I sound any better?
No, ma'am. It got worse.
it sounds like the mic is
That's
wet.
better.
Yeah.
That's better. I don't hear nothing now.
Girl, cause she muted.
Oh, my bad. Shit. I'm,
Yo.
So I'm
oh,
looking
shit. I'm going back on mute, damn it.
I
I'm
want to
looking
take
for
a second before you get started, Ken. Hold on. I want to take a second to say hello to everybody over there on YouTube, Louisa and Sarah and Vicky and Natalie. I think that's almost the most number of people we've ever had over on YouTube.
Wow.
So I'm excited that there are people joining us tonight. So hey y'all, welcome.
Hey
That's
y'all,
hey, that is
hey.
fantastic.
So now, Ken, what were you getting ready to say about these Logan shenanigans?
I was going to say that she needs to heed to his warnings, because law is not only on his side once but twice. And if it come out how she got these rights because she solicited and prostituted herself to a ill man, shall we
How
can
dumb
we continue? All I'm saying is she just needs to listen to what Thomas is telling her, because he is within reason and he is in with the same mind this time to have everything that she got taken. Because it was very temporary. It was very much temporary. Now that this time has expired, she needs to be a big girl and put on her big girl panties and do what she agreed to do.
See, my whole thing about it is, can't get, you do have a point. Like Hope, the problem is Hope. Like that, at least can say one thing. Hope, for the most part, doesn't like to lie a lot or something, so it will come out in court. Because if she's sitting on the stand and they ask her directly, was Thomas mentally ill when you had him signed? Did you go over there making it seem like you wanted his presence around you when you said this before, like you didn't want him around? What changed so drastically in that moment? Like, a lawyer is going to get down to that nitty gritty. However, do I think Belle will do that? No, like not in the
No.
slightest. Like, there's no way
No,
this
no,
dude is going to
no.
ever like have her questioned in any shape, way, or form. And after what I've seen today on the episode, not only does Hope deserve a dragging, but she literally doesn't even deserve to have custody of that little boy. She needs to sit there.
No.
They went from Thomas being mentally ill to her. Stephanie's correct. She's obsessed. She's obsessed with this little boy. He is basically a crutch from when she lost Beth. She used that little boy as a way as a security blanket, and literally that's what Douglas is to her. If she loses him, look at what Brooke said. If she loses Douglas, it will destroy her. Of course it will, because at the end of the day, you guys didn't get her any type of mental health for when she
Nope.
sat there and believed when she had postpartum. If you had just done
Exactly.
what was necessary, she probably would have sit there and been able to deal with this situation. There's also the fact that you're just literally bending over backwards to make sure she keeps this little boy. Let's be real on the subject. At the end of the day, you all they going around so they say, "Oh, she stepped up, she did this, she did that, she stepped over her bounds and took a child into her care that you were supposed to go to CPS and make it known to them so they can document it that Douglas needed help and his father needed help."
Because
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
that
your
wasn't what.
And
actions
you
Because
were
know,
that's never what
selfish
it
from
was
start
about.
to finish.
and
You
you
can
know,
do nothing.
Exactly.
that's what she promised also to Douglas. So I mean, she's lying to the child. She promised him a family. That's why any chance he can, he tries to insert Thomas in this so-called family that she promised Douglas.
I
And the
want to
thing,
go back to what Bubbles said. Bubbles made a good point, very clear. Who's speaking for Caroline? And I want to say this: I watch a lot of court TV. I mean, that's my shit right there. I mean, but I've also seen it firsthand. When a parent dies, or say a child dies, or and you go to court, someone has to represent to be there for the one who is no longer there, who is speaking on for the deceased. I mean, that's a legal thing. Who is speaking for the deceased? So we've heard the Logan's point of view. We're hearing Thomas' point of view. Now, what about Caroline? What would Caroline want?
not
Now, Bubbles, will we get that? Will we have Bill's sister, will we have Caroline's only living female relative to come back on the show and insert herself and say, hey, look, wait a minute.
that would
I
be
mean,
damn
because
nice.
everybody pulling, but what is the best interest for Douglas? Because Caroline isn't here. We can bring Caroline from the dead to say, hey, this is what I would want for my child. But we can't come back. She can't come back from the dead and say that. I mean, she could, but we probably won't get that. But can we get somebody that can speak in the best interest of Caroline and Douglas?
no,
See,
because
and that's
Caroline dead.
oh, go ahead.
She don't have no voice. The person left to speak for Douglas is Thomas. Thomas is the person left to speak for Douglas. Now, Thomas did speak when he allowed somebody to get partial custody of his son to share with him. That's a legal document that he gonna have to catch hell to get undone. So now what he sees now that he done shared with this monster, and what's gonna happen is she gonna do exactly what her and Brooke planned to do from the beginning, was to
Yep.
use the partial custody to go after full custody and strip Thomas of all his rights. And they're gonna do that simply because Hope wants what Hope wants, regardless of what Thomas wants, regardless of what Douglas wants. And Brooke gonna make sure she have it, especially because it's Ridge's children with Taylor that she taken from.
And the thing is, I do, and I have to agree with SB Ryder said. Thomas is not backing down, and nor should he. But I think as this goes along, when this first started, Thomas was optimistic. Okay, he was optimistic because he thought that they could come to some kind of agreement, and that this didn't have to get contentious. It didn't have to get ugly. But I think today, I think is when he really got the cha-ching light bulb moment where he realized that that's not going to happen because Hope is completely and totally out of bounds of understanding what his position in this child's life is. Because here's the thing: Hope is a throw a brick and hide her hand type of person. So first you have Brooke with that ridiculous comment last week about how, well, Thomas can drive Douglas to school like he's the damn butler or some shit. Yeah, he can drive Thomas to
That's what
school
she
if he
said.
wants more. That's what Brooke said last week. Then you have Hope up here harping on that same type of nonsense, like talking like, oh well, I'll give you whatever time it is that you need. And even Thomas said, give, because he was looking at her like, do you realize what you said?
She
You're
don't give.
telling me you're telling me that you will give me time with my child, my son. You're not in a position to give anybody anything but that dried
Listen,
up cookie that you passed to your husband. That's not
listen.
for you to
He
give,
had to
honey.
remind her today that she didn't have to worry about Douglas. She was like, I know. He was like, I know you're concerned, but you don't have to worry. Don't I? He said, no. I'm his father.
Exactly.
She doesn't even
See,
give him credit enough for loving his son enough to be
no, it doesn't.
responsible. But see, this is the greed. She claims that he has overnights and weekends all the time. So what the fuck is different? The only thing that's different is that she knows that her time is running out. There's no reason to question
Exactly.
Thomas. She's only questioning him because he's threatening what she holds dear. A family that she copied and cut and pasted together by cutting Kelly out and cutting Douglas in. She gonna have to unask the
Exactly.
Tay.
Wait, and then on top, wait, and if that's not bad enough, her other issue, the other big sticking point for today with those two was that, first of all, yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. I don't think if a person tells a lie, that means that they're lying about everything that they say. Okay, because, well, no, just because you told a lie about one thing doesn't mean every word that comes out of your mouth is a lie.
But it
However,
looks like it though. But it
how
makes it look like it.
yeah, but specifically, however, if you have been shown to lie about a specific subject, I tend to think you're going to lie about that same subject again. So,
Exactly.
so I'm gonna say point blank, this bullshit with this pizza at Eli house. Yeah, maybe he is, or he's probably over at a friend's house. But here's the thing: that the big thing that came through today, aside from Hope's delusion, is the fact that she has absolutely no respect for anybody's relationship with Douglas but her own. She doesn't respect Thomas's relationship with his own child. She doesn't
She does
care
not.
about it
She does not.
because
She does
because
not.
no, she doesn't. Because here's the thing: in any other circumstance where you have a split custody agreement or anything, no matter how you have this switched out, you part of your responsibilities in that agreement is that when the other parent is coming to get that child is to be there. Okay, that child is to be where
Oh,
you have
come
agreed that they
on.
will be at
You're
the
talking
time
about a
that
girl
you pick them up.
that will interrupt right smack dab in the middle of the
Exactly.
personal private time of Douglas and his father and the rest of the family so that she can have him cover up lies.
Exactly. This is
So no,
this
she
is the
doesn't
exact
respect.
same.
And listen, I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off. I get heated
That's
because I
that's
always come
okay.
back to that instance when Thomas didn't question her ass, first of all, when he said, okay, I'll take him home. Then when he got there, he's standing up there trying to figure out, okay, what's going on? What's going on? Is everything okay? Is anything? She's shutting him out of his own son's life.
Hmm. And the fact of the matter is that entire scenario was a big red damn flag that Thomas did not quite see. It's one of the reasons why everyone, especially all of us, were so irritated with the nonchalant way they
Yeah,
handled the whole
that's
situation
right.
with
Because
them
we was
pressuring
looking for
Douglas
an
to lie.
immediate.
In the
Because we was looking
Right.
for an immediate. We was looking for. Oh, okay. They must be getting ready to go after custody. We were looking for an immediate custody battle after all that gaslighting happened. So what we couldn't
Hmm.
understand was, darling, especially us, is like, so they had this child walk out of his house at 12 o'clock after 12 because they had done already did the 3, 2, 1 Happy New Year's. So it's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. He didn't walk down there to the main house and then caught Brooke in there kissing Deacon Santa Claus. And then they was gaslighting him for months. And then you just gonna kind of hush hush, because we were like, what was it all for? And
Exactly. Because if this whole thing, it depends, if this whole thing goes to court and it gets ugly, which I fully expect it to, I expect that shit to be brought up. Because the thing is, Hope has no regard for Thomas at all as Douglas's father, and she does not care about infringing on his time with his son, because to her it doesn't matter. Because in her head, it's like Sam said, she's created this perfect cookie cutter little family that she invented out of nowhere by tossing Kelly to the side and inserting Douglas in. So that's all Douglas needs. Even when Thomas told her today, my son misses me, Hope did not have a legitimate response to it. All she could say was, he belongs here.
Correct.
Says
It's
who?
like a thing, like a thing,
Right.
like it's a possession of hers. It's something she's gobbled up. She's done collected up Douglas, like Steffi told her. What kind of goddamn person fucking collects everybody else's children? She done collected Douglas up in there, and she's put the stamp on him that it's mine, mine, mine. Even though she'll
Mm-hmm.
say Thomas and I are sharing custody, but she don't fucking understand what
That nope,
sharing
what that
is.
means.
But
No, she
see,
No,
doesn't.
she don't, and she never have, and you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Nope, you
And
but
you
sure
see,
won't.
can't, because she's never had to share anything. Because Brooke
Yep.
wants to hand her everything that she's ever wanted, from another woman's husband to another baby that's in utero's daddy. She don't give a fuck. A Hope got to have it.
but
Yes,
see,
she
Exactly. And this
it goes.
isn't even the first, second, or third time she's done this. Remember when all that foolishness went on with Kelly? During
Yeah,
Steffi's 48-hour drug story, when she made the executive decision not to take the child home after Liam told her to? She don't respect
yeah.
nobody's
Oh, I
relationship with their
remember that.
child
Yep,
when it comes down to what she's thinking.
she was the antagonist that started off Steffi doing those pills
Yeah,
when she would not take. Liam told her,
he
take
told
Kelly
her
home. Steffi
specifically.
misses her. He telling
Yes,
her Steffi's expecting. Steffi, this is the damn
yes.
girl's mother. But
Mm-hmm.
she waited until he left to take it upon herself to
To
do
make it
opposite of what the hell the both parents expected of her.
exactly.
Oh, well, you know,
Mm-hmm.
Kelly was having such a good time playing with her little baby sister
Yeah.
Beth and her cousin Douglas. I
Mm-hmm.
just couldn't tear her away from all the fun.
Yeah, it's
But see,
always
that
that
goes back
passive
further than that.
aggressiveness that pisses me off.
Mm-mm,
It's like, bitch, you gonna
mm-mm.
It's
do what
always
you
an
gonna
attitude.
do, and then stand up. Stand up to what you say you're gonna do. Don't sit up there and hide behind. You're gonna throw the rock with one hand and then hide your hand. Don't do that.
But see, it goes back further than that with Hope. Like from the minute she stepped back on the canvas back in 2018, let's just be real on the subject. Ever since she stepped back on the canvas, like they had this blank slate with Hope. All of a sudden,
Mhm.
Liam and Steffi are in this whole entire situation where she slept with Bill after Liam sat here and kissed all over another woman.
Mhm.
Whether betrayal, small, little, whatever, betrayal is betrayal. At the end of the day, yes, Liam told, but at the end, let's be real. Like if Steffi was pregnant, that's emotional. She's emotional. You know what I mean? She went
Exactly.
there by herself.
Mhm.
Bill showed up. Bill took advantage of her, her emotional distraught. And I'm not sitting there, I'm not doing any of that, whatever else. Like, but you're gonna release your pain one way or the other. But my point is that when Hope shows up, you hear about all of a sudden you hear about Liam and he's in this terrible situation, and you just think randomly, you know what? I'm gonna go to his hotel room and I'm just gonna start talking to him and
Yeah.
telling him how great, how much you love. You mean to tell me that you don't even have this emotional baggage when you get back and you just step into somebody else's situation and you sit there and insinuate into the drama?
Yeah.
Well,
As far as
The
I'm
one that
concerned,
she lives.
everything she has done has been insinuating herself in situations she has no business being in.
You
Yeah.
mean
well,
like Adam and Eve?
well.
Because I
Listen,
could have
listen.
sworn she was in Italy while she's sitting up there revisiting Steffi's nightmare with Liam.
Right. So basically, it's what has been happening since 2018 is it's been Hope's fucking world.
Yes.
All the history belongs, just like Taylor said the other day. It's like our love story never happened. She was saying at the Ridge, but it was 2000 all over 18 again. When Hope came, all that we had been through with Steffi and Liam, we always dragged. All that just stopped on a damn dime just to facilitate. But you know what it is, and I'm fine with that. My only issue
Exactly. We
is that
got
I
sent
will
out of it,
never,
but it was
ever, ever
stuff.
get over how Liam abandoned his seed. The worst thing that those writers did during that time was have Steffi pregnant with Kelly. They should not
Yes,
have
it
done
was.
that. That I think
If
that
that
was the death. I think that was the death blow.
Yeah.
If
it
Liam was
was.
still, there was no Kelly and Liam was doing this shit, there would probably be a lot more steamers around. But
Hmm.
nobody,
I
I can
just
agree with that.
nobody
yeah,
accepted that shit after Kelly. It was a wrap.
No,
yeah,
I can
because a woman is
I can
never
agree
going to
with
forget what you do when she's pregnant.
exactly.
Exactly.
Well, I
And
want to
after you
keep
done
going on
said
what
what you would
Lumi
never
said,
do.
though. But Lumi, I want to get back to what Lumi was talking about. Let's finish that because when Hope entered and she heard that Steam was over there in trouble, that was the first thing she did was went after Liam. And guess what Brooke did? Brooke immediately went to work on making sure Hope got what she wanted.
Yes,
And
she
she
did.
even told her daughter, you better hurry up and marry this clown because before Kelly is born, because I'm telling you, once he
It'll
look
be
at
different.
her face and see his daughter, all of that anger he has for Steffi will immediately go away. So
And
that's
Brooke would
why
know,
it
wouldn't
was the
she?
two rushed marriages. So they can hurry up, so Brooke can hurry up and get her daughter down there so Liam didn't have a chance to
And
change
so
his
that's what she
mind.
gonna do
But
again.
that
Secondly,
was the second time. That was the second
Secondly,
time.
the
She's doing
next
with
thing
Douglas.
she done was she came for that for the line because Stephanie wanted to revamp Brooke's bedroom line. Then all of a
Hmm.
sudden, here come Hope. Oh, help for the future. Blah, 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 blah. And they made this biggest shit behind Ridge wanting to help him let the forest of money go there. It can't go to both. We're not about to split it. Brooke went on that shit. They wanted to gift her hope from the future. What did
Yep.
Reed say? You done already came in my daughter's life and took her husband. Now you got a baby. Let her have this line so she can distract herself from all this madness. Okay, then
But
we went on. She lost Beth. Then they caught an idea who they thought was Beth. She came through there in the middle of the night and ripped her child out of Steffi's hand. Now, see, this is my thing. Okay, if there was indeed your child, of course, give the girl her child back. But this is not what we're hearing now between how she's wanting Douglas and Thomas. She didn't give a damn. She looked right there and told Steph in her face, I'm going to make sure it works out and this, that, and the other. Steffi stood up there and cried and said, what about Kelly? What about me? Because
And she said her baby going home tonight.
we are actually all the people who Beth has known since she was 5 days old and I adopted her. But that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough for Hope. She got her greedy little hands on Douglas. Now she's sitting over there with Douglas and here Brooke again in full drive. I'm gonna make sure Hope keeps Douglas. It's not
like a
that that was an
possession.
so this shit has started since, like Lumi said, since 2018. Hope came back on the scene, and it's been take what I want, and I don't give a damn who don't like it. Is my way or the highway.
And the
That's
thing
what
about it
we've been
is,
dealing with Hope.
that's right. And the thing about it is usually on a soap opera, you can get to take some, but you also get taken from as well. But since 2018, she's done nothing but amass her fairy tale on everybody else's losses. Steffi, Kelly, now Thomas. I mean, goddamn, it's time for her to give up what she stole. She can keep her lousy ass husband, and she can
Yes, she
keep her
can.
Benjamin Button baby. She can keep them, but she got to unask the motherfucking Tay Top.
See, I
The
don't. But
worst,
see,
the worst thing I'm gonna always be pissed at this show about is them letting Steffi drop all that truth under the guise of being under a drug influence. Because one of the realest things she said was how long before you push Thomas out of Douglas's life altogether.
Right?
And
What?
Steffi wasn't
Yes,
wrong.
what?
She
Come
said, I know
on.
that's what you're
Yes, she
planning.
did. And it's happening, ain't it? Ain't it coming true?
She trying. She trying like hell. Because if he wants to parent his child in a format that includes actually having physical custody of him or him living with him full time, it's a no go. So here she is interfering left and right. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and call Douglas back because I need him to come here and get brainwashed. Oh, didn't I tell you, Thomas? Douglas had Douglas had a play date when Thomas came to pick up Douglas. Yeah, I remember that shit. And she was like, "Oh, I didn't tell you he had a play date." Oh, okay, then I guess I'll see him next time. So no, we ain't gonna sit up here and pretend like she ain't been working her ass off to disregard that relationship because Thomas don't matter in her books. Steffi was
Clearly.
What the hell
150%
is
on
that
the
anyway,
ball.
you guys? Like, what the hell is that in the first place? Um, I just want Hope to lose B because she's doing most of
Too
the most.
much.
And Brooke is the one, like somebody said, Brooke bends over backwards to make sure that she gets everything she wants. And it's time for both of them to lose at the same time. They can go comfort each other. Brooke fixing
Amen.
to lose Ridge, and Hope is fixing to lose Douglas. And I hope it comes up eventually that Beth ain't none of her baby either, because what have I been saying?
It would be, hey, listen, it would serve her ass right to
It
lose
would.
everything that she got, because everything that she loves and so proud of, she got on ill-gotten gains. She got her fairy tale built on blood and tears.
Yes, she
She
Oh,
did,
she
baby.
she
ripped
did.
a father away from a fetus. She fed him every day of the week that he could be a good father, not being there. But the second she found out she was pregnant, I just want the best for our baby, and that's both of us. But see,
Yes,
but
and
that
that's
Telling
how
fool,
she
you.
but
gonna
that
lose it.
idiot, but the idiot she was talking to went right on along with it. Yes, you told me that I didn't need to be with my first daughter to be a good father, but I got to be with you to be a good father to yours. But that's because
Mhm.
Exactly.
he always
And that
been
was
good.
all Steffi kids. She said that about Aspen. She said that her
She
and Brooke
did.
both sitting up in the room talking about some. Oh, Liam doesn't have to be with Steffi in order to be a father to their baby. Bitch, are you hearing what you
Well, you
saying?
know what? And they was right about that because
He ain't with
he
her.
was
He's
not
not a
present
father
the
anyway.
whole pregnancy. He was not pregnant. He was away, distant, and cold the whole pregnancy. He bastardized his own child. So yes, he didn't need to be there because Steffi was there. And when he left, she picked up the slack, and now she got a real partner that can be a father to Kelly. Liam will always be dead to me because of his
Amen.
deadbeat father ways. I don't care
Yeah.
that Hope has him; she deserves him because he's worthless.
Oh yeah, she deserved to be in this relationship where she does not have her husband's whole heart. This is
Well,
what
I
she
don't
fought
care if
for.
I
This
don't
is
care
what
if
she
Liam.
stole, and this is what she deserves to have. I don't want her to have nothing less than what she. Look, if her mama can keep giving her shit that she don't deserve and that she has not worked for, let her own finally have something that she worked for. And that's
Well, she
Liam
never
old
worked for
tired
nothing.
ass.
You name one damn thing she's worked for.
Liam, let her have
That's
them.
it.
She
That's it.
worked.
That's
She
And
worked
it.
her
she
ass
deserves
off
it.
to
She
get him.
worked
She
in
can
her work. She
have
worked
him.
her
And
ass
she
to be
deserves
second
that.
in his heart.
She
That's what
can
she
keep
worked
it.
for.
Well, I don't
She,
care if she's second. She can be
I,
first,
I,
second, third, last.
I don't.
Because my
I'm not
thing
saying I care
is
either.
that
I'm just
Kelly,
giving you what she worked for. She
I
ain't
don't
worked
care.
for shit else. She ain't worked to have this baby that she got. She just stole it. She ain't
Don't
worked
nobody
to
care.
get.
Child, let me put myself on mute because I don't care what she has from Liam. I really don't. I
I'm
could
Hold
not
up.
care less
She
saying
can.
that.
about
I'm
Hope.
just giving you examples that you asked. What did she earn? What did she work for? This is what she worked for. Ill-gotten gains is going to be probably paid back handsomely. Now, this is what she got because this is what she deserved. You only deserve what you work for. Now, here it is. Steffi and Thomas has worked and earned for everything that they got, and they have learned hard lessons. This is what you
Steffi, no,
have when your
Steffi started
mother.
off in the mailroom and she told her dad that purposely, I want to earn my way like everybody else. I don't want to start here because I'm the daughter of Ridge Forrester.
And what happened when Hope first day as an intern? She's supposed to been down there in the fucking mailroom. They handed her Steffi's promotion.
Yes, sir
They
did.
handed it off to her. So that's what I'm saying. She didn't earn that. She didn't even come up with the name. Katie came up with the name. She
Thank you.
the only thing she's ever worked for was Liam, and she earned that. So she can
And
And
she
have
she
can
it.
can
keep it.
keep
And
She
him
can
she's
have his
always
ragged
forever.
let the
ass.
baby fall like here. But Bubbles don't want the baby to be hers.
I don't want it either for the simple fact they didn't allow Steffi to do a DNA test. This is why I don't want it because she went up there in the middle of the night. And see, and when Douglas told Liam all of that, instead of
Liam,
him
shut
saying,
up.
Steffi, let me tell you what Douglas has told me. I don't know if it's true or not. Because he was
He
there
didn't care.
with
But see, y'all
Phoebe and
expecting
Steffi.
too
They
much.
should have went took a blood test and at least give
I'm a,
the woman some time to prepare
I'm a,
herself to hand over that baby. But they
I'm
didn't
a,
do that. But the same courtesy they want Thomas to give to her for Douglas. They want her to give him to give Hope that same courtesy. They didn't give it to Steph. And as far as I'm concerned, that baby might not even be his. Because when Hope said, can we out? I don't mind. We can do a blood test. Brooke immediately intervened and said that won't be
be
necessary.
necessary.
But
Which
of
for
course
me,
it
that means
was.
that will make a good story if they ever decide to go that way. But for now, yeah, she can keep Liam and she can keep that baby.
She can keep them both. She can keep both of their
Here's why.
daddies.
Here is why she can keep them both. She can keep Liam because one, she worked for him. And I don't think there's another woman on this show who deserves to be cursed with Liam other than Brooke. So yeah, she can keep him. Well, and also for now, she can certainly keep that child. One of the
That was
reasons
a
she
good
can It's true. One of the many reasons that she can keep that baby is because
That'll
if
keep Liam away from Steffi.
not just that, but also because Hope is somebody who feels like she should never go without. Because the second that it ever comes out that Beth is not her and Liam's biological child, and even worse, if the bio parents come back and want their baby back, that bitch gonna start looking at Kelly. Oh, I don't think so.
Well, she
That's
can look
right.
cross-eyed at Kelly. Look at Kelly. She better get on that floor and buff herself out another mop and glow baby.
Exactly. I don't want Liam raggedy ass trying to say that they need to change Kelly's living arrangement or her custody agreement because that wife he has a black hole in her heart because she lost Bet. That's her damn problem.
But
So
so
she
Liam
can
Yeah.
would
keep
have to
that
give a
baby.
shit about Kelly to want Kelly in that house.
Right. That's too much.
They won't. Oh no.
That's putting Steffi too close. Even with Steffi being married to Finn, putting Kelly in that house, even on a semi-temporary basis, is too much. No, we're not gonna do that.
Mm-mm.
We can do that, but you know what? Finn would probably fight Hope.
Good.
Finn would probably fight Hope himself. Girl, you're not coming in here taking my kid.
Mm-mm.
Right?
That's
Taking
right.
my
He
And
ain't
kid.
gonna
rightfully
Kelly.
so.
He ain't gave Kelly a
Your
second.
raggedy
A
ass
child
don't
a
need to be
child's
on
living
this floor.
arrangement don't have to change because Hope got an issue, so she could keep that little Florida baby she got until they
That's
prove that
right.
it's not
Please
her,
let
and
her
she can keep
have.
that forever.
Right. Please let
She
her
can keep
have.
her Cabbage Patch doll.
So she can
Right.
unask and free everybody else's. She's just so damn greedy. She can't step back from a situation and see Thomas saying, I need to be a better father to my son. It's what I want, it's what he needs. She's so damn selfish. I don't
Or
want to go this next hour talking about her ass because she's
I
making my
know because we still got to get to Taylor and Brooke and Shecon.
Yes,
and Brooke
yes,
is just as
darling.
bad. And
Yes.
Brooke was just as bad. They both was on the same shit today.
They were.
Let me
Though
tell
I
you something.
Go ahead, Bubbles.
I want the both of them to be dragged throughout Los Angeles by the hairs of their eyebrows. Actually, by their nostril hairs. I want somebody to get a pair of tweezers and lead them to heifers all the way through Rodeo Drive, Beverly Hills, and Wilshire Boulevard by their nose hairs because y'all being fucking ridiculous. And Taylor serving today, I'm ready to talk about that. I'm gonna be on mute till y'all get ready to talk about Taylor serving today because that's all I want to talk about.
Yeah, me too.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah,
Let's get on the bubble. Start us off with
Taylor was
Taylor.
Taylor was in rare form because you could tell that that her entire stance on how she's going to deal with this shit going forward has completely changed. And
Yeah.
Miss Thang made that really clear today. Regardless of the outcome, she is no longer playing defense. She is playing offense. And
Honey,
I'm here for it. Even
wait,
though I don't give a shit about Ridge.
right, I don't care about Ridge either, but I'm here for Taylor being fucking petty. When she let Brooke in, she was like, "Oh, you knocked this time, girl. Look at you learning." You know who she learned from though? Quinn, because Quinn had slapped a bitch in the mouth to get a little bit of respect for a second. So she know all about knocking on doors because Quinn told her, "You cannot just be walking up in my house like you still fucking my husband. Only your sister can do that. But your ass got to knock." And so Brooke knocks when she goes in people's house. She don't knock at the cabin though, because she know they trying to buff out another little mop and glow baby, and she ain't got the time to focus on another pregnant Hope. She got to keep the kids that's there. She ain't got time for pregnant Hope. But Taylor just letting her know how it was today. And Brooke, can I just say, I have never hated her more than I have during this whole storyline with Douglas. With her saying, well, Bridget's kids don't need him. The family don't need him, but you want him. And Taylor was like, yeah, I want him to do right by his fucking kids for once. I want him to support his child. But the look that she gave Brooke was like, and yeah, I do want your man. And guess what? I'm going to fucking get him. You bitches tall, Letitia, soft. I'm the hardest out the grave. Okay? Taylor is not playing games with folks no more. And I love this fresh new Taylor because y'all know, and I love Hunter Tylo from day one. But y'all know if they could have convinced her to come back, Taylor would not have come back with this kind of fire.
She wouldn't have had this kind of attitude with Brooke.
She wouldn't have had this attitude.
She would not have been sticking what the fans been saying.
She wouldn't have been ready. Hunter just want to come on there and she gonna read her lines. I'm sure she appreciated and loved the role and all that, but I think she's also tired too because she had to put up with a whole bunch of bullying bitches when she was on the show. And that didn't stop when she came back. It just got worse because, oh my God, Taylor has shot Bill. She got to pay that. And then they was jumping on Hunter Tylo for that shit. She been up in the Twitter. She don't like. I think she got an old Twitter page out there, but she don't use Twitter no more. But so having Krista is the best thing for this storyline because I feel like it's gonna be about something. Like I'm gonna give Bill Bell the same benefit of the doubt that I gave Deacon when he said he had changed. I'm going to believe Bell through these storylines because of the way that he gave us back then and this whole beautiful Sam romance. I'm going to have just a taint of hope in this instance that he is going to set things straight and the history will be restored. We won't be sitting around here acting like Taylor was the one who interrupted something when she was the wife the whole damn time. But I wanted to beat her ass today so many times. So I know what you did in Monaco. You kissed my husband.
Bitch, I know what you did at Christmas.
And I know what you did last summer.
I know what you did on a New Year's Eve. And what?
Girl, New Year's and last summer.
Okay.
New Year's, last summer, last fall. Shut up.
Your whole time being his wife.
She stayed in the shit. Talking about, well, I just knew. What she tell? This is all Taylor's doing. Ever since Taylor came home, Thomas has got the idea that he can be somebody's daddy. Well, girl, don't worry about it. I'm not gonna let that shit happen. Ain't nobody taking your son from you. Spoiler alert.
You heard what she told Hope. I'm gonna go take care of this. I was like, take care of what? Take care of what? Mind your own.
She thought she was able to drop her cooch on Ridge, and Ridge was gonna be like, "Ooh, cooch control." Okay,
it's the whole point that Taylor has put the reins back on this pony. Now, I love the fact that this is how Brooke has been. This is how she's been acting, especially when she's in the company of the queen. And the queen has been holding her crown back, and she's just been sitting, watching, and just trying to get her a little room to breathe. And I like the position that she took today because it showed exactly who Taylor has always been. Like, you can't tell me. Now when in 2018, all that begging and all that, that's some phantom writer who does not know the show and put that shit in the script, and I rebuke it. It never happened. It never happened. And so
We don't
my
talk about Blonde
thing is
Taylor.
this Taylor is the original
Yeah, we
William
don't know the blonde
Bell
Taylor.
fantasy Taylor. This is the one that every time Brooke see her and hear her name, she's shaking her boot. This is the Taylor that we getting back, and I seen it, and I love it, and I can't wait to see more of it
I'm
because
not
you.
trying to see Taylor dragging and no fighting over Ridge right now.
She
Honestly,
not fighting nothing. She is the what she fighting? She told
all I
her,
want to
she
see
said,
Taylor
I don't
doing
need
right
to make
now.
your job. You
I,
need the man. I just want him.
Right. She
Good.
went
Oh, we
Exactly.
want
That
him.
wordplay was very important
Yes.
because Brooke was up there. She's like, when she was up, first of all, A1, I took serious umbrage in Brooke talking about who don't need their parents. I wanted to say, Heifer, you can't even let your daughter move off the property. But you want
mm-hmm.
to talk about who grown churn need they parent? Are
Right.
you effing with me? You just came from telling your grown daughter that you were going to handle this situation for her.
Mhm.
The
That's because she didn't cut
situation,
the umbilical cord. She has
exactly.
refused to cut Hope's umbilical cord.
Right. The situation that is the disposition of a child's custody between her and the child's biological father, but you're going to handle it. But you had the nerve to sit up there in Malibu and talk about how somebody else's children don't need them. Get the hell on.
Yep.
Girl.
Yeah, because Hope
Just like
never
she told
needed
Stephanie that
Deacon.
Liam would spend all his time with Hope and their new baby. He wouldn't have no damn time for Kelly.
She never needed Deacon. She just replaced Deacon with Nick, with
Rich.
Rich. So this the point. Your kids don't need biological fathers. They just need make believe daddies. They need
She always did that
pretend
though.
step
She did
in
that from
daddies.
the
They
beginning.
need those.
From the very beginning. She did that. She tried to make Rick Ridge's son. Bridget she thought was Ridge's, but still, even after she knew he wasn't Ridge's, she still was trying to make him a stepdaddy. She
Yeah.
don't care nothing about families. This is their trophy.
Yeah.
Destroying families. That's how they get their kicks. That's how they
Yes.
know that man want them. If they walk out on them women insurance.
Just
And
like her
knowing
daddy
good and
did
well,
her mama. Just
and then,
like Stephen did Elizabeth. So she shall continue to keep it going with other women's husband and kids. So that's the poison that Brooke is with any and everybody that's a woman, especially with a married man and they children. Oh yeah, and she teaching Hope the ways of the hoe. This
That
is
part
her
I
way.
can't. And that's the thing. Taylor saying, Brooke saying, they don't need him. He doesn't. They don't need him. The family doesn't need him. You need him. Taylor said, no, I just want him. And she gave that squinty damn look that KKL does so well when she's annoyed or aggravated with another woman. That whole look took over her face. I was like, all right, we got this topic because Lord knows I don't give a shit about who ends up with Rich because I don't think he's worth all this trouble. But I am certainly here for Taylor making the same point that Steffi
Right,
made to Ridge. Steffi was
right.
in Ridge's ass last week for just this reason. Forget about the stuff about who belongs with who. Forget about that. That doesn't need that's secondary as far as I'm concerned. I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about the fact that Ridge's marriage to Brooke is detrimental to his family
Yes.
in the sense that there are too many occurrences. And I guess part of it, one thing that seemed to be an issue on Twitter, and I think maybe it was a word choice issue, was that Taylor said that that the kids had been neglected
Yeah.
because of Brooke. There's
Mm-hmm.
truth to that. They were
That
neglected
is.
in their youth, and they are neglected as adults. I don't know if neglect is the proper word, but the thing is, there are too many circumstances where Ridge, as a father, should have 150% had his kids' backs, and he did not because he always has to weigh out the situation and take consideration of Brooke's feeling and investment in the situation if her
That's
children
right.
are on the other side.
That's right. He gotta wait to see what Brooke gonna do. But Taylor is like this. So Taylor's stance on it is like this here. She finna fight dirty. She finna get a little dirty because she know from what Brooke told her is she's going after she talked to Taylor like Douglas was a piece of property that her and
Brooke
Hope
told
owned.
Brooke told Taylor that she didn't appreciate how she was going about doing things and getting involved with the affairs of her family, like her daughter and her children. This bitch
Yeah.
had the nerve to tell Taylor,
Mm-hmm.
Douglas's grandmother, that she didn't have no business meddling around with Hope and Hope's children. Talking
Yeah.
about Douglas. What is wrong with Brooke?
That's what
Everything.
Taylor said. You mean my grandson? She stopped her.
Need my
She said, we
grandson.
talking
But
about
you know
my
that has a lot to do with a power move. Stephanie told Brooke many times of the same thing. She can't raise no foster children. So Douglas is this foster child that she feel like she can put up on a platter, that she could put up on a prop and say, look, we raised him, just like she sit up there and try to say she helped raise Thomas and Steffi and Phoebe. When no
Yeah,
damn
but
well she ain't do shit. She ain't pay for no Girl Scout cookies uniform. She ain't pay for shit. She ain't raised nobody. She don't even raise her own damn children.
she fucked
So
up her own kids. So,
I
I'm
digress.
gonna
I'll
say
leave that
this way.
alone.
Brooke needs to sit her behind down somewhere, because I don't know what the writer's going for, but Brooke and Hope look like shit out here in these
I
streets.
think that's the point, because here's the thing. Even no, even if
You
you
right,
don't, even if
Darwin.
you, yeah, even if you don't have a predisposition to like Taylor or Steffi or Brooke or Hope, or you don't even if you didn't watch the show in the old days and you just like and you just started watching in the Steffi and Hope years, there is no way that the writing that we're getting for Hope and Brooke is not on purpose, because they look terrible. They're telling people, they're telling Douglas's family who loves him, who has been in his life, that they are interfering with Douglas by trying to be in his life more.
And
They're
by
telling.
supporting his father,
Hmm.
by supporting Douglas's father and his goal of reuniting his family. Thomas's family can be just him and Douglas.
Yes, it
Just
can
like
be.
women are single mothers, fathers can be single parents. He can be a single parent and raise his son, and that can be his damn family. But no,
Yes, he
they
can.
seeming to think that, and I hated that from the onset, that they just handed over Douglas like some damn dog to be some copy and paste as some kind of tribute to Hope. Like, oh yeah, we took a baby all this time. Here's Douglas as a consolation prize.
Exactly. And so I have to believe that that is on purpose, because there is not a person. I mean, yes, I know that the stands who are, predispositioned to feel that way, but you're not going to tell me that anybody who's reasonable is sitting up here really and truly thinking that Thomas and Taylor are interfering in Douglas's damn life. They're his family. They are his people. But if you listen to the way Hope and her mama talk, they're interfering. They're interrupting his life. They're interrupting the picture
But
perfect My Little Pony life that Hope has gifted him with. And how dare they?
But
so
see, look, this is the
that's
thing
what
right
Stephanie
here.
was over there doing the best when they came through there and took her out the middle of the night, never looked back, and refused Steffi even a visit. So freaking what? She
But
was her
here's the
mother.
thing.
That's what
She
I
had
feel.
the right to do it. She had the right to do it. Hope is her mother. Douglas Thomas is Douglas' father. He has the right to get his child. What is the big deal?
Here's the thing, you guys. And I think I just
Hmm.
forgot what I was about to say. Oh yeah. So the whole argument in the beginning that Brooke presented was that the Foresters were all scattered. She's right. The Foresters are. The Morones are not. Eric Foresters are scattered, but the Stephanie Douglas Forester lying through the Maronis, they have a
Yeah.
symbol. I keep telling y'all, they like the Avengers, and damn Taylor fixing to be Iron Man out here in a minute. Oh
What?
no, because Iron Man died. I don't want her to be Iron Man. She
Girl,
Iron Man dead.
she finna be Captain America. She finna
You know
Captain
what I
Marvel.
like? I don't even
Captain
like
Marvel.
Captain. Yeah,
She can
Captain
be the
Marvel.
green man. She can be She-Man.
I
She
don't
can
know
play
what
with
Captain Marvel or the damn Red Witch, but Taylor
it.
fixed to right some wrongs. So Brooke's sitting here talking about how the family is all scattered. There's nobody. Thomas doesn't have any family to help him take care of this boy. Meanwhile, his family is trying to take care of him and get him and Douglas together in the same house. And now you don't want his family interfering. Bitch, get on one side of this fence and stay, because you can't have it both ways.
Can't have it
Either
both
his
ways.
family it ain't gathered and don't want to help him, or you don't want his family interfering. You can't have it both ways. Pick a side, man.
Yes.
Stick on it. But these Moroni Foresters out here fixing to come get their lost son.
Say that. Because
And
As they
cry
should.
a river of tears, a river of tears. This little boy is going back to where he belongs. Hoping Liam can buff out another little men wax. And maybe then Beth will start to grow if she feels threatened by another baby. If it's even Beth, we're just gonna go and call her Beth anyway. But if that's even their kid, maybe she might feel threatened by a for real biological sibling and grow her ass the fuck up so she can keep some attention. How
You
the
see,
hell
you know,
the
I'll
broken
tell you,
hands scattered?
Bubbles, you just need to stop it because you done put that taste in my mouth. You done put the taste in my mouth of Hope losing everything that she stole.
I want
Everything that
all
she
of it
worked
gone.
hard to build this happily ever after on. It would be something.
Like-
Douglas, of course, to go to his father.
Yep.
Phoebe, real mama, come back and take her away, and Liam gets killed in a horrible accident. All
You
of that
know
would
what?
be great.
Liam can stick around and he can be handicapped, so she has something to take care of. I bet she won't call Aunt Donna to come take care of him. So let her go and stay at the house and be the dutiful wife and take care of her handicapped husband. Maybe she might have an affair with Wyatt, since Liam's Peterbird might not be working right. And Flo is obviously gone, so ain't nobody else left for the two of them but the two of them. So yeah, go on, put them together. Let Liam have some kind of crippling effect and hope them to take care of him for a while. That'll give her some.
Can you see Hope wiping the drool from Liam's mouth? Liam's mouth out.
Child, Brooke done went and been and found us. Hope you just can't keep going on like this. You're gonna have to find a solution for Liam that allows you to live your life, honey. You just can't. You just can't.
This is where Mr. B.
Withering away, honey. Yes, you love Liam, but think about yourself. Think about the children.
I bet you he won't be her Mr. B no more. She has to be his wife. She can't just sit there and try to look pretty with him on her arm.
Child, what you telling me?
Yeah,
my wish for Hope is that after she loses Douglas, she gonna spend, all of her time. Maybe she might go back to bed and cry like she was with Beth, but she gonna spend all her time on that couch crying. And then when she finally gets to a point where she feels like she's okay, Beth is gonna get sick, y'all.
Can we talk about something that was really nice to see today? Since darling, we like to talk about symmetry. Can we talk about Tridge moving their son into the family house?
The look on Donna's face was quite interesting.
Can we please talk about that?
No, you can't. I wasn't finished.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm on mute.
Now you made me forget what I was. And now we're gonna have to sit here in silence until I remember what I was saying. What was I saying? See?
What you wanted for Hope? While she sits on the couch crying.
We want her to be
and then gonna
lose
do
everything. That's
So
what
the
we talking
minute she gets over Douglas and she feels like I can get out of the bed now, I can take a shower, I can get up now. I want Beth to get a little cough. She gets a little bit weak. Honey, Beth seems to be turning green. What's wrong with the baby? And what's wrong with our little baby Beth? And they have to take little baby Beth to the pediatrician. And the pediatrician says, oh, she's going to have a transfusion or some kind of something. Should be fairly simple to get it from one of the parents because parents are usually natural matches for these things. And they go to grab from her and Liam and they neither one of them bitches a match. Oh, well, this must be a mistake. How could she do? This is Hope's child. How could she not match? I want Steffi to be a fucking match.
Yeah.
Anybody. Thomas, you know what? Baby Carter could be a match for that baby. Anybody that is not
Y'all know y'all trying to make that Phoebe baby, ain't y'all?
I sure am. I sure the hell am.
Yes,
But,
yes, we want it, and then we
but,
want it now. Hell yeah,
but
we want
before we
those.
get into Phoebe Bubbles, why green though? I'm still tripping on bed turning green.
I don't know. I ain't never had no keys. Whatever color keys turn when they get
They turn purple and blue.
blue,
Her blue usually.
pink, plaid. She can be whatever fucking color Crayola can come up with. Okay. I just want to be sick. I just want to, and I mean the character for the haters that like to come and listen to my show and then get on the Twitter, on the twits and the tweets and try to tag Casey like he like. Did y'all know they tag Crystal today like she my mama?
I saw that crazy shit.
That was so ridiculous. He's like literally retweeting you, telling Krista, look who you associate with. Well,
Yeah,
I
baby,
literally retweeted his dumb ass and said, listen, Krista can read. She can clearly see the tweet of you bashing her co-star Jackie.
exactly.
So we calling you a damn troll, and he's so
Exactly.
I guess we should be ashamed for calling him a troll while he's
Well,
really
look,
talking
Look,
about
because he
He
was
was
on that
trolling.
bridge and it still goats.
Exactly.
Well, it
It
is
was
what it is.
these
the poor.
motherfuckers
It was
hate
the
Jackie
poor.
so much. It's a shame. They hate her because she's
Bubbles.
beautiful.
They was trying to do reverse psychology, and they totally missed the mark.
you will never outwit me. You will never out. I was born thinking of schemes. You'll never outwit me. Your brain is already next week. You thinking about what you're doing right now. I'm already thinking about what I'm doing 3 years from now. That's the difference between people think and
You
the way
playing the long game. You playing the long game. They playing the short game.
We got a
y'all
lot of
playing
new
tic
people
tac
over
toe,
there.
and I'm playing 3D chess. So
That's right. That's right.
now
Bug.
this is what
Oh,
gets
That's what happened when they pick with people over 40. I'm just saying. Keep on.
How you know? Okay.
I never said this person's name. I just retweeted their tweet and I said, this is the reason why the something I said something about Central Watchers. I was like, these trolls get out here and get crazy, and these are the kind of people that were probably harassing Cynthia Waitrose. The next retweet from that person was, "Oh, this person has accused me of assaulting Cynthia Waitrose." No, I never said your name. I said trolls. So unless you were out here agreeing that you're a fucking troll, that shit don't apply to you. But see,
Right?
I'm thinking 3 steps ahead of the game already because I know how you think. You small-minded. You came into my thread, rolling around insults. I didn't send for you. I didn't even know you existed until you popped up in my thread saying some ugly ass shit.
Correct.
On the day where we are trying to get people to understand that y'all got to stop saying ugly ass shit to these actors. So
Yeah.
exactly.
you're not gonna say it to the actor, so you're gonna come to my friend and say some ugly ass shit to me, and then you're gonna play victim when I give it back to you the same way I got it from you, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll both be blocked on these fucking Twitter streets, and I'll be before you will.
Mm-hmm.
I would be inclined. So keep on. We'll both fuck around and find out, but I bet you I'll get back before you will. These people gonna learn. Like
Mm.
really a joke now. Like who else is you gonna tag Susan Flannery next and ask her to come and give me a Stephanie Forrester slap? Y'all
Child.
and I know
Mm-mm.
because I get through on a talk show, on the phone call-in show, and talk to people a couple of times. That don't mean that we are instantly BFFs for life and Casey and me.
No, it doesn't.
That just means I got lucky and I got
Mm-hmm.
it because I was next in line on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. That's it.
Back up. I just got fucking lucky like everybody else did. And I get lucky often because I watch the show every
Mm-hmm.
time it's on. And I call into the show every time because I have questions. It ain't nothing about nobody liking nobody better than nobody else. Of course, I think they probably think that they're jealous, but I'm not nobody. I just happen to get through and I'm well prepared. And people appreciate when you're well prepared and you're not wasting their time with some
Mm-hmm.
Like some of the people who call in with some questionable
Being
questions.
professional. It's called being professional. They don't know that.
Exactly. And then I have been on that line and people have called in to just sit and breathe.
And they're like, well, I know, and they be like, well, do you have a question? And
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
be like,
Well, what
Mercy,
is
how
it?
to
Well, what is your question then?
exactly? Even if all you want to ask them is what color their shoes is today, ask. Go ahead, come on.
Right. Like I don't really have the patience for things like that. I'm an INTJ. My shit has to be a certain way or it literally drives me crazy. I can't stand repeating myself. If I have to repeat myself more than one time, the third time I'm gonna cuss you out because you write it down. My God, I've said it twice already. You still didn't get it. Like I hate
Mm,
being repetitive. I hate being redundant. I don't like that at all. If you get into a debate with me, I'm going to win about 90% of the time because I never do anything unprepared. If you want to talk to me about some shit, you better believe that I know what I'm talking about. I don't pull nothing out of my ass. I've done the research at some point in my life. I have done that research. I got the
mhm,
receipts. I got links. I got them somewhere. They ain't handy, but I got that shit and I can find it. So don't ever try to outwit a witter because
mhm,
I'm a witter, and I also like to roast people. So I'm gonna make people laugh at you when I come for you. I didn't send for
mm,
you. You came for me, and now I have to deliver. And when I deliver, I'm gonna make it entertaining. We're all gonna be
Might
laughing.
as well, shit.
Right? You done woke me up. You woke me up. I was sitting over here minding my business, eating my damn food like you should have been. And now
mhm.
everybody got to get embarrassed. We're going to all get banned today. If I'm getting banned, bitch, you coming with me. Because I will slide over and make room for you in the car.
Mm, mm, mm.
But now let's go back because I done got way off track.
Now, the two topics we have left are Tridge and Shecon. Since Can
Mm.
has been patiently waiting,
Give it to us.
y'all Tridge aficionados can go ahead and hit that, then we can hit the Shecon.
Go
Because
on,
I got something to say about that.
go on, Can give it to us.
See, now I can't talk because I'm somewhere where I can't talk.
See,
Oh man.
that you the one with
Well,
the
I'm gonna
Oh,
start it off because I think I'm me and Can the only two Trish fans. Can, when you get a moment, just jump on in. So, so what I liked it today was with the Trish scene when they came in there to help Thomas like he was moving into his college dorm.
That was somebody was saying
Like they was the loving parents sending their child off to school for the first time. I was like, so
that was funny.
well, technically Taylor was dead one of them time Thomas would have been in college. So
yeah,
this is just her making up a lost time. You know,
this
they
a first experience for her. That's right. This was a first experience for her. But I loved it because it was, and I think, I'm sitting up there looking at Donna because I know Can wanted to talk about the look. I don't think it was a look to where I think it was just probably shocking to see what we see. We see the chemistry between those two. They were acting like a married couple, sending their child off and prepping them and getting ready. And it was wonderful because and Eric, he even delivered. Eric shocked me today and was like, I know how close you and Douglas was, especially after Carolyn died. And he was like, look, Granddad, I was in a bad headspace, but I'm better now and things are going to be different. So I don't see what the big deal is. I see a Forrester family or Maroney family. Sorry, we're going to say Maroney family coming together for their son and their grandson. And I loved how petty Taylor was, to grab him and Ridge and you got this, babe. What was that he was bringing in a jacket or something? I don't know what in the hell, Rich.
Was it a paint set or something?
Something.
that paint they
I
gonna be
couldn't quite
fighting
make it
with.
out.
That's that paint they gonna be fighting with, y'all. We
They
getting
were
that
crying
fight. We
with the
getting that paint fight this week. Today is what, Monday? So we ought to have
yeah.
that paint fight by Wednesday or Thursday. Yes, girl.
Lord, they gonna be
Uh-uh.
throwing paint all over Steffi house.
What did y'all talk about?
There was a spoiler that came out last week. Basically, Brooke and Taylor are going to get into a paint fight. And apparently that's what that was. That Taylor was that thing that she was taking with her when she left Eric's.
Yeah.
That's
That's what that
basically
is.
Oh
It
my
looked like a garment
God.
bag. It looked
It's
like
I
a
don't know
garbage
what it
bag.
was. I mean,
somewhere. Somebody got some paint. I thought I saw something somewhere about this fight. I'm trying to find it now.
yeah, I didn't know that
Okay.
was coming.
It says Rivals Taylor. This is actually tomorrow. Rivals Taylor and Brooks swap zingers over the current situation between Thomas, Hope, and Douglas. I'm gonna go
Hmm.
check out Ricky's. Ricky, the spoiler that Ricky posted about it, and I think because I think Tara was offline this week when the spoilers came out. I can't
Yeah.
remember.
Hmm.
Uh, let me go back and see. But yeah, basically, because I remember at the time when I saw it, I was like, oh, so this gonna be like that cake fight they had.
No,
Yeah,
I
it's
know they was
probably
gonna
gonna be
come
like
to
the cake fight.
blows. I know they. I figured they would come to blows, but come on, I
Well,
don't want to see nothing.
I'm
I don't
not.
want to see nothing like a cake fight thing. Like,
well,
I
no,
don't
Their
either.
I
I
thing,
think
so
think
we
these
getting it.
two
That's their
grown
thing, and
ass
we're getting it.
these two grown
uh,
ass women need to stop this bullshit.
I'm
I
just
yeah.
mean,
laughing
for real.
because I'm like,
Last
y'all gonna
time
do
it
this
was
in
like no
Stephanie's living
Steffi
room, y'all?
in
Mm-mm.
Steffi's house.
Well,
I
that's where
don't
they
know
at.
whose house
They
we
ain't
gonna
going nowhere tomorrow, honey.
I'm not with this. See, Finn need to kick all these motherfuckers out his house. I'm tired of them coming over
Ah,
to Steffi's house acting like it's the butt naked house or something. This ain't the butt naked house. Everybody gonna have to get the hell up out of the Cliff house.
Finn went to work. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go back to work. I just came back to life. I ain't got time for these
But
people."
you know
I
they
would come
always.
if
What
I
about
can.
all these people always talking about how Brooke always there for Steffi? Brooke always there for Steffi. The only time I can count how many times on one hand Brooke has drove her stinky ass down there to the Cliff House.
Well, it's
What
always
in
to
the
talk shit
world
to
Oh
all
Brooke,
of
but
a
wait,
she ain't
sudden?
never been there.
hold on. No, no, no. It's not tomorrow. It's not tomorrow. It's this. I'm seeing it on the week of the 20. Wait, next week is the week of the 29th. It
Yeah.
said Brooke and Taylor used Douglas's paints to express themselves. So that's not this week. It's next week.
So they gonna be at the Forrester house then, huh? Cause
I certainly hope so. They should
they
be
ain't
doing
gonna
that
be
up
at
in Steffi
Steffi
nice
house.
little living
Yeah.
room.
Right,
No,
because
Steffi don't have none of Douglas stuff.
Douglas is probably going to be at Eric's house painting or whatever with
With
Taylor
Thomas.
and Thomas, and Brooke is going to come over. Douglas probably will be asked to leave the room, and the fight commences. This is some bullshit. I don't want to see these two 60-year-olds.
Uh-uh.
Brooke is literally
Correction.
using Douglas. I see Brooke is literally using Douglas as to go to war with Taylor, because Taylor was not using Douglas. Taylor didn't
No,
tell Thomas a damn thing. Thomas said that he was thinking about it. Thomas made the decision, and Thomas told
but
Taylor after the fact.
you know what it is, Sam? I said it as soon as that spoiler came out. Brooke thinks of everyone in the same way she thinks of herself because that's some shit she would do.
Yeah.
Okay, if the
Yeah.
shoe was on the
Speak
other
on it.
She's
foot,
projecting.
she would do that.
That's right, Sam. She projecting. That's what she would do. So yeah, automatically that's what Taylor's doing.
And that is
'Cause
exactly what Brooke is doing. She accused Taylor of doing it at the cabin, and then left to actually go do it to Taylor, and then talking shit to Taylor while she doing it. It's some bullshit.
mhm.
It's some bullshit. She around here trying to manipulate people, and all Taylor's doing is supporting her son, who wants to raise his son 24/7, 100%, like a real man and a good father would do.
Mhm.
But Hope
I
and
ain't used
Brooke
to that
want
though.
to prevent a man from raising his son because they want him, because they
Yeah.
feel like that's where he belongs, that they feel like
Mm.
they own him now and
Because they
he's
say
their
so,
property.
Yeah, because they say
pretty
so.
much. Because
And
they
Brooke
say
doing
so.
it. Brooke gonna make sure Hope keep it because we all know that's how much she hate Thomas. So that's Brooke's drive. Her drive
Well,
is to help is to help Hope keep it that way because she hates Thomas.
But
They
look,
do.
she's doing all this stuff though because, like Sam said, Brooke has played this game for many, many years, and what
Yep.
she's doing now is she's thinking, "Well, what would I do in this case?" And then she is going out and telling and accusing people of doing that shit because all the stuff that she's accusing people of the stuff that she would do. Oh, you were messing up
Mm-hmm.
my husband and money.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of thing that you would do to married women is pop up someplace where their husbands are by themselves and put your lips on them and talk about how y'all deserve to be together. Y'all need to be together. They
Yeah.
really love you. All I got to do is kiss you. You let me convince you. You don't want to be with your wife. You done did that to so many people over the years. That's your game. So of course, her best defense is offense, and her best offense is defense. She gonna play the same game that she's always been playing.
Yep.
Game recognized
Side.
game, and she trying to get the jump before she starts seeing pages from her own diary hit her in the face.
But
Mm-hmm.
Taylor has already seen it too, and guess what? Taylor done already beat her to the door. She gonna use exactly that. She gonna use Brooke own shit to drive her own ass away. So she,
If Brooke
that
was
shit is
smart,
old.
if Brooke was smart, if she really thinks that Taylor is using Douglas to get rich, is that what she's trying to do? What does Brooke think? She thinks
She thinks
Taylor.
Taylor is using Douglas to get her way back into Ridge's life and eventually
Mm,
to get Ridge back. That's what Brooke thinks. She's
That's
Okay,
what
so
she
now
thinks.
if Brooke
nothing
believes
else.
that,
That's it. That's what
if
she
she
believes.
if she thinks that, then what she if she really believes that, then the smart thing would be to do is not to allow Douglas to come in between her and Ridge to bring her and Taylor closer, and she would be hell bent on Taylor
on
Hope
supporting
giving up
Ridge.
that boy.
That's right. She
The
would
Hope
be hell
Hope
bent on
unasked
supporting Ridge.
And
exactly.
but see, but that's the problem. You see, the problem is though that goes against her priorities with that brat daughter of hers, doesn't it? You see, she can't fold. She can't sit up here and fold on the Douglas issue because then that leaves Hope stuck out, and she can't do that. But then again, but she also can't let Taylor quote unquote win. So instead, she chooses what she chose today, which is to go over to Malibu and accuse Taylor of interfering with Hope's children. Like while Taylor look at her like she done lost somebody. Like we talking about my
My
grandson, right?
grandson, right?
That's the child we talking about, my grandchild.
Yeah.
And this is what makes the characters just look so awful. I don't see how Brooke and Hope both look terrible. I don't care how much
They
Hope
do.
is fretting in the Cliff House. You can't say out of one side of your mouth he has Douglas all the time overnight and for weekends, and then say also the same day he's going to be spending the night at Eric's. I'm terrified and I'm freaking out. Stay in your
Mm.
No,
lane. It's one or the
that's
other. It's
That's her problem. Her problem is that it's not how Douglas, and that's the part that she just doesn't want to deal with. Sam, is that it's not that she can't deal with that Douglas can't deal with a change in his environment. She can't deal with it.
Yeah.
She's the one with the problem. She's
Yeah.
the one who's gonna feel some type of way.
That's right.
She
That's
can't even
right.
admit, she cannot even admit that Douglas would benefit from a change of environment, that it would be good for him to spend more time with his father, to build a more cohesive relationship with his father,
But
to
they've
be with
been
his
doing
father.
that though. But they haven't been. But that's what they've been giving us. Remember, darling, they was all sitting over there at El Jardino's. You remember, and that's what
Hmm.
they were all saying how it was going to affect Hope. Just like Brooke said today, if she loses Douglas, it's going to break Hope. See, no one cares, Hope, from what they have
I
proven
sure
us
don't.
Since Thomas said, I want more time with my son. The only thing that the fans have heard for sure out of Brooke and Hope's mouth, both, it's what it's going to do and how it's going to affect Hope.
it's taking a
Exactly.
toll on Hope.
Hope is a freaking adult. She's a grown ass woman, technically.
Mm-mm,
So
mm,
her emotional distress over anything
mm,
is not supposed to be the primary consideration. It's
but it
actually
is.
supposed to be secondary to the child. But
That's right.
that's not how Hope and Brooke are looking at it.
I mean, they really
Mm-mm-mm.
do got him looking like scum right now, and I love it.
And
It
I
do
think
look
it's on
like trash
purpose because
because you can't untrash this. Thomas has. We've seen Thomas do nothing but make amends over all those years from 2018 until now, serving as Hope's footstool,
Yeah,
designing for her, done handed over his whole damn kid, done basically signed over all the decision making, planning, sleepovers, even who
yeah.
damn babysitters. 100% been her discretion, and now the man wants to step up and say, I need to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing. This has been weighing on me. And you saw Douglas. He misses me. They
Yeah.
look like trash for standing in their way.
they do. They really do. And I have to believe that it's on purpose, Sam. This is not an accident. It's not an accident that Brooke and Hope look completely untethered from reality. That is on purpose, and it has to be for a reason. So, yeah, I'm fully confident that this story is going to end with Douglas living with his father full time. There's no doubt about that, because when it comes right down to it, that he's the only one thinking about what's actually best
For
for
Douglas.
Douglas.
Right.
They're
It
not.
was
And he's
Douglas's
not being an
words to his
asshole about
dad.
it.
That boy told his dad, "Do you even miss me when I'm not around?" The hell, Thomas
Well,
And
was
why
he's
we
never
not
don't
really
being
spend
an
in that
more
asshole.
time
situation.
together then? Well, why we don't spend more time together? This shit got, and he told Hope today, you heard him? Hell, you was standing right there, you heard him? Like, what the hell wrong
He
with
misses
you?
me. Exactly. Because here's the thing. Brooke and Hope are the worst people in the world, because here's the thing. They're talking to Thomas like, well, Thomas, we can come up with other ways for you to spend time with Douglas. He doesn't have to live with you, etc., etc. Like, that's even acceptable. But let me tell you something. Fast forward this shit 5 years, when Douglas is an angsty ass adolescent teenager and
And he
going through
burned
some
down the
shit
house.
and feeling like he's not a priority to his father. The
Yeah.
first thing that's gonna fly out that child's mouth is, "Well, Daddy, if you love me so much, why you never tried to have me come be with you
Why you
24/7?
didn't fight
You
for
never
me?
fought for me. You never tried to
Thank
be with
you.
me. You never tried to raise me. You just
Thank
handed
you.
me off to Mommy Hope and just thought that it was the best." Never mind, these people are telling Thomas to his face that is what he needs to do. That will be used against him in the future
Thank you.
if he does what they want. So it's six and six
Amen.
on one side and 12 on the other. Them heifers. Hoo, hoo, hoo.
But now it's gonna look like, now what hoping them is doing when he grow up, it'll be vice versa. Like, how dare you? Like, you cut my daddy down at every turn. He was trying to be with me. He was a good dad. You know, he was good enough to watch my fake sister.
Uh
You know
huh.
what I'm saying? But y'all kept him from me. So they gonna be trash now for keeping him away from his daddy. That's what I love about the storyline.
But see, and that's
Well,
the
but that's
and
the
but see that's
gaslighting ain't kicked in yet. Watch when I tell y'all, it's gonna be some glad gaslighting kick in, where it's gonna be all flipped upside down, and Thomas is the bad guy for even wanting his son.
exactly, because when it comes right down to it, they're never going to cop to that. Okay, because here's the thing: if Thomas did what they wanted him to right now, which is just, forget about this. Make do with driving him to school, and maybe spending a few extra hours here and there where you could squeeze it in.
Who
They will
did it?
never. They would never cop to the fact that the reason things were that way was because they pushed for it to be that way. They would basically have it said just like this: Hope likes to treat Thomas like he is a sperm donor who helped create Douglas, but has no rights to him, and really was never expected to do anything for him. And that she's graciously giving him some minor form of access. I'll be very honest. She acting like how Abby would act with Devon, in with the story on Y and
It's
R.
like how
That's
she acted with Kelly and Liam. She did the same
that's
thing.
exactly. That's She wants to act like it's just this, like, well, yeah, you can have some time, but I'm the one who's running this ship. I'm the one who's in control. I'm the one who knows what's best for this child. So you just need to go along with that and be happy for the scraps that I give you.
That's
Forget
basically
about
what
him
she
being in
said.
the, yeah, but more or less. But the thing is, she's so out of touch with her own reality that she don't understand. She don't hear the words coming out of her mouth and realize what they actually make her look like. She thinks this shit is normal.
Right, because
Crazy as hell.
she's literally acting like Thomas is a threat to Douglas, but she can't, again, she can't keep talking out of both sides of her mouth. He can't be a threat if she consistently allows Douglas, her words, to spend weekends with Thomas unsupervised and overnights unsupervised. So she cannot say with a straight face that he is a threat to Douglas. There's no, what I've been saying from the beginning, there is no reason for Thomas not to be raising his son right now. We don't
Not
care
at
what
all.
happened in 2018. What is happening today, there is no reason why Thomas shouldn't be raising his son. None.
I concur.
And
Oh,
let's
before
not
we
forget about when Deadbeat was in jail for killing Vinny, and he told Thomas to take care. He's gonna have to step up now and take care of Kelly and Beth and Douglas. So here we got this monster, but I'm just gonna grant this monster, put him in charge. Oh, you're gonna have to be there for Hope. I mean, you're a great guy, Thomas. Like, they need you. Those are your nieces and nephews, and that's your son. I mean, what happened to all of that? What happened to all of that? So we just supposed
Thomas
to
stepped
forget
over
about that?
the Thomas stepped over the line. He decided he actually wanted to actually, participate in the raising of his child, and that's just a bridge too damn far with them people.
And how dare you? How
Well,
dare
that's
you?
the
How
hypocrite.
dare you tell a man? Mm.
But
Oh
don't we
wait,
have the right to call him hypocrisy? That's that
it
hypocritical
is.
shit
Oh,
that I be
oh, it is.
tweeting about.
Oh, they are hypocrites. They are raging hypocrites right now. But you'll never get them to admit it. Now, I do see we have 20 minutes left because we need to get the she-con before we wrap up. Because I want to talk about Sheila and Deacon and that whole Blanche Devereaux scene. I mean Blanche Dubois scene that was in that office.
Oh my, I am Deacon's latest friend, and I am taking a bath. I'm a little bit clumsy and made some noise while I'm perfectly naked. I know you don't want me to come out here in the buff or nothing, Mr. Man. I love Sheila. I love this bitch. I love her. I love her. I know she got to go away eventually, y'all, but listen. The way that Sheila is really just taking Deacon's life, and she's going to live that shit and her life at the same damn time, because she told him, "You can tell on me if you want to, but they're gonna take us both out of here and put me. What you think, you're gonna be the hero now? This your third strike, dude. You lied to the police. You just lied to your parole officer. You better
Yeah.
just sit your ass down and then tell me what side of the bed is gonna be mine, because we are in this together now. You can try to run if you
Yes,
want."
ma'am. She sure did. Because also, you did catch that Sheila offered Deacon a bribe, money.
Oh,
I
she
got
offered
money.
that
Don't ask.
money. Yes.
Yeah, she's
Let's
gonna
talk
take her up
about
on
that
money.
because okay, so that's been like the biggest Twitter talk conversation that we have had for years, Sam. I know I and Rick, we talked about this. How is Sheila paying for this motel room? Where does Sheila get her
Yeah,
money? And
Kimberly
when she
told us. Kimberly told us
Bitcoin.
in the Bold Live. Did I ask
Bitcoin.
that question? Somebody asked that question. And she said, "Well, I bought Bitcoin early in the game, and I made some wise and solid investments with all of my alimony money. And now I ain't got to work unless I want to." And Sheila ain't working when she comes. She worked the time before. She was waiting tables at Il Giardino's. That was a down stock market year, if we're gonna be honest about it. So maybe she lost some money. She was living tight. Rich people can have side hustles if they want. So she's a secret. She's at least 1,000 there, 100,000 there if she ain't a millionaire. She's 100,000 there. She got enough money to bribe Deacon. So now Deacon is aiding and abetting and harboring and taking bribes. Sir,
from
you
a fugitive.
felonies like Ash Ketchum is collecting Pokemon. Go on, get her and get
Mm-hmm.
and I can't wait until Hope sees that her daddy been lying to her this whole time. No, I ain't had nothing to do with Sheila. I don't know where Sheila at. I haven't seen her. I don't care that he lied to Taylor. I don't care that he lied to the police. I care that he lied to Hope, because she was putting all this faith in this man.
Faith
So
in him.
much faith that she put her mama's marriage at risk twice.
Yes.
Right, but Thomas can't even visit. But Thomas can't have an overnight with his son without
Yeah.
confirmation. But she got the whole felon?
what I'm
Is he trying to force everybody to accept
the
him like he?
bigger
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
hoping that the bigger theme in this, I'm hoping the bigger theme in this is that this shit with Deacon, aside from the collateral damage that this is going to cause, I'm hoping like hell that this makes her question her goddamn judgment. Because we all know Hope's judgment is for shit. Okay, we know that as the fans, but she doesn't know that, and her mother doesn't know that shit either. But once this mess with Deacon comes out, aside from everything else that's gonna happen, Hope is gonna realize she completely didn't know what the hell she was talking about from
Oh,
day
yeah.
one.
Well, we've been
The
Child,
telling
it's
Deacon,
her
been
that.
rewrite the whole thing where Deacon saves the whole day and rescues everybody, and Hope was gonna be right all along. Y'all
You
forget that y'all talked
Sam,
about Neil left.
no.
well, but here's the thing, but the thing is, Deacon is taking some formative steps to not be. It was bad enough that Deacon didn't turn her
He
into to Baker. Okay,
he
that was
got
one.
a chance
But
to
now,
take another chance, y'all. He didn't take it.
yes, he keep. That's the thing. Deacon keeps getting these chances to redeem. And also today, he actively lied to his parole
He
officer. His
absolutely
parole
lied.
That parole officer was getting in his business, and he was up there flat out lying. You're not associating with any criminals. He's like, wait, you have a girlfriend? Well, I need to know. Does she live here? Do I need to do a background check on her? But no, 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 son. You are being given all these instances where you can come clean and extract yourself from this. At this point, Deacon could have thrown Sheila's ass under that bus, said he was under duress and he didn't know what to do, but he was worried about this crazy ass felon who was in his bathroom and he just was scared out of his mind. And have you seen Sheila Carter? She cut off her own toes. Bitch is crazy. Help
Yeah.
me, Lord, help me.
He
He
could
could
have
have,
yes, he
okay,
could have used exactly that.
exactly, but he's not
Alexa,
doing it. And now we're taking the final step in the step where Sheila has offered him money. And if Deacon reverts to the type of person he was in 2000 when he came to the show, when he was trying to extort hundreds of thousands of dollars from the Foresters,
Yeah.
over a baby he didn't even freaking want and don't even know what a hell a grown ass child is today, but that's
Yeah.
another story. If he takes that formative step to accept money from Sheila in exchange for letting her hide out in that hidey hole and I guess take him for a few rides around the block when she feel like it, then he in it too. He in it so deep he can't get out because that's a paper trail, baby. Once you accept that money, you're bought and paid for.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing you can't explain being bought and paid for to nobody.
And at the end of the day,
Right.
we want to eventually give up because I got a feeling it's gonna end with Taylor with Sheila over there trying to kidnap Hayes. So he can be
That
the
was
hero at
yes.
the end of the day and stop it, but he gonna have to explain this whole time because I believe Hope is gonna see her. Didn't they come out with that spoiler last week? Hope is gonna visit
Yes.
Deacon.
At the end of this
Okay.
week, she's going to make an unannounced trip to Deacon's and be surprised at what she finds. What she's going to find is that her father has a girlfriend,
Mhm.
but so
I think
she's
they're
not going
gonna
to
find out later when that
that
wig
that's
come off that Sheila. By this time, she could be the win for Hayes. So it don't matter where because he missed his chance when Baker was knocking at that door.
and
So
he keeps missing it.
then he
That's
missed
what I don't
another one again
understand.
today with the probation officer. Now she didn't bribed him with some money. Now she didn't do a whole bribe out there. So a month later, he can stop Sheila, but all those in between times he could have stopped her. He's been helping her. He's gonna have to
Exactly.
answer for that. It is no way he's gonna come out here looking like the hero. No way.
But
No, not
Sheila's
only that, but
reason for staying
okay.
is very odd to me. Like she's saying, I'm staying because I want to be near Finn and I want to be near Hayes and they're so pure and everything like that. It's
You heard
something
that shit,
is
huh?
off, very off about all of that. Yeah, I do think she'll take Hayes, but there's something else in it. Like I feel like when Hope finds, her dad has a girlfriend or something like that, I hope they don't incorporate her as getting kidnapped by Sheila because
She
she
can.
figures out.
She can. She can get that. That'll keep her mama busy. She can get kidnapped with Sheila. She can. She
Yeah,
can.
but she's not gonna get kidnapped long enough for it to not for it to stick.
No,
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 but it's
she would have to.
a break.
She would have to figure out some way to kidnap her and not have Deacon know, because Deacon's a son of a bitch, but he's not gonna let Sheila hold Hope hostage at his house or wherever if he knows about it. She
I
wouldn't be
mean,
able to do that.
unless
Yeah,
he's being
he
held hostage too.
yeah, he's worthless, but he's not quite that worthless. But what you brought up is a good point. The fact that we finally got to the point of Sheila, why the hell are you even here? Which is an excellent question, because now we have a bit more information. First of all, we finally got on-screen confirmation, and also I want to go ahead and say and do a shout out, quick thank you to the show for incorporating this detail, because yeah, we know you put it in there because we've been on y'all ass about where Sheila money came from. So yeah, thank you for that. We appreciate you. Appreciate you. Now that Sheila has confirmed that she has funds and a great deal of them, she literally does not have to be in LA. She could have gone wherever the hell she wanted to. When you have that kind of money and you've been as shady as Sheila, you can get in contact with somebody to get your
That's
ass
because
out
he
the
plan
country.
on taking Hayes, darling. She gonna
Exactly.
use that money because even Deacon brought it up today. Like Finn, like what is you talking about, crazy lady? Finn, you'll never be in Finn's life again. And
Exactly.
but what he's not hearing is, yeah, I know. That's why it's gonna be a kidnapping. See, that's what, like, come on, Deacon, wake up.
Exactly.
You know the
And
game.
that
She
and that
planning
is
on
going.
stealing somebody. Come on.
And that is going to be the nail that's going to get put in Deacon's ass. The woman then just told you that she's there because she wants to be close to Finn and Hayes. She has no chance. She cannot be close to Finn and Hayes. There is no way, impossible for her to be close to Finn, because Finn already said, if I see you around me again, I'm gonna shoot your ass. Okay, that's already in the ether. So
Unless
her
Finn
and
gets kidnapped as well.
exactly, but her saying that she's came back to LA after cutting off her damn toe and faking her death was because she still wants to be close to them. She's not just gonna be satisfied. Sheila's obsessive compulsive. She even if it starts out as something as benign as her following them or looking at them, just like a real crazy stalker, it's never enough just to see the things that you want, because Sheila is a
She
coveter.
wants to
Okay.
possess them just like she
Ex-
wanted to possess Finn in that room when he was in that bed.
Yeah.
exactly. It won't be enough. It will never be enough. And Deacon standing around here like an idiot, being more concerned about his own hide, and instead of him doing the smart thing to save his own ass and just ratting her out and getting her the hell out of his life, out of his apartment, and back in a jail cell where she belongs, he's about to ruin his own life. But him hiding Sheila is endangering everybody else in
But
LA
Yeah.
who
But
knows
y'all
her.
know what though? We have to
What's
have it
up?
that way. We have to
Yeah.
have it that way. We
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we do.
absolutely have to have it this way because we have finally entered territory where they have not cracked the case and pulled Thomas out to put him to be the goddamn bad guy. So
For
this
one.
is
Yeah.
where Thomas would normally they would break the case and put Thomas in here to insert there to be the fall guy to help Sheila out. So now we got Deacon's ass, which he is not a permanent character. He is going to be on his way out, and I think it's in character for who he is, and I love it. I
Yeah.
want Sheila and Deacon to keep having sex. I don't care if Sheila got the pain for it. I want them to be knee deep in bullshit and shenanigans. Knee deep, a neck deep. I take that
Yeah.
back. I want them neck deep in shenanigans. Yes, Sheila going after Hayes. Deacon gonna get dragged into it. I
Yeah.
want all hell to break the loose on Deacon. I want everybody to tell Hope I told you so about your dumbass
Thank
criminal ass
you.
daddy.
Thank
Oh,
you.
that's coming.
And I want Ridge to leave Brooke behind in the dust because he tired of her ex-lovers ruining his life. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I want Deacon and
See,
Sheila to keep being bad guys, villains.
Yeah.
I want it all. I want all that messiness while Steffi and Finn can be enjoying each other with their family, and while we watching Sheila loom in the background to smash it all to bits and pieces.
oh,
Who's Douglas over there
you're
and
getting your
enjoying his
wish.
dad?
I'm living for it.
You
I'm living
you
for
are
it.
going to get your wish, because part of the point of this, I don't care what nobody say at this point. part of the point of this mess is to basically aside, when you put in conjunction the fact of
Throw
how
egg on the
ass
loading face.
yes, 'cause when you add how Brooke and Hope are carrying on scandalous and how reasonable Thomas is being about this,
Yeah,
when you add that, when you can't though you can't look at that in a vacuum. When you add that mess over to the side, what's going on with Deacon and Sheila in that little manager's room or whatever, in the
Mm-hmm.
manager's office, when you add all of that together and you realize how this is all going to end when this comes out, you got Deacon's two biggest defenders, the people who've been
yeah,
mean mugging Ridge from jump for saying whatever the hell it was he had to say about Deacon
yeah.
and him being around. You ultimately come to the conclusion that one, Ridge was right from day one, that he was told that regardless of whether he sounded like a jerk or not, he was right about the fact that Deacon Sharp being around is dangerous. Because what's it gonna come to? It's gonna come to you trying to tell me he was up there with Sheila
Because he
freaking
bring
Carter
trouble.
and her
He
nine
always
damn
said that he
toes.
bring trouble. Yeah.
Exactly. Knowing
Right.
that woman sat up here and tried to murder not one, not two, but three people, and he thought it was cool not to say nothing. And
Yeah.
you
And
the
guys,
ones and yes, Em?
um, y'all, so now we have Deacon. Remember we had those scenes with Deacon and Taylor before Monaco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had all those scenes with Deacon and Taylor before Monaco. So did they just swerve our ass and there's literally no legs to Deacon and Taylor at all? Dealer, no dealer, thank
I
God.
think I think they were chemistry testing.
Yeah.
That's what that felt like. That felt like a chemistry test that they wanted to see what it could be, but then and also honestly, here's the thing. That is actually how you do a chemistry test. You
Yeah.
give people a brief, short reason to be in each other's company, and then when it's over, it's just over and it's what the hell ever. It's the exact opposite of what they did when they wanted to do that foolishness with Paris and Finn, where
That was
they
gross.
tested, yeah, where they tested their chemistry in such a way that it actually damaged Paris's character because she looked like a thirsty unloyal hoe,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
And
But
really,
Yeah,
they
she
did
died
better
that
than
day.
that.
Paris
She,
died 1,000 deaths that day because she didn't have a lot of fans to begin with, but she lost the bulk of them when she
she
started busting
did.
with Steffi's man.
it looked bad. But if you want to test chemistry, what they did with Deacon and Taylor, they just invented a reason, and it was a reasonable reason. It wasn't a crazy reason that didn't make any sense. They invented a reason for them to be in each other's company a couple of times to see what would happen, and then they decided to go in this direction. That is how you appropriately do a chemistry test.
Because
Where there's
the chemistry test had already been passed with flying colors with Sean Kanan and Kimberly Brown.
right,
That's a come. I can take Sheikah all day, every day. They can give me 30 minutes of Sheikah every goddamn day.
they really could. They're
I
so
take it.
entertaining. They really are.
They really are. Indeed. Sheila looked fabulous today. I don't know what the lighting is in Deacon's apartment, but it was very flattering for Sheila. She looked good in his shirt. I am loving Sheila and Deacon. And y'all know I don't even like Deacon,
We
but I
know.
love this shit.
Yeah, that's what makes it. That's what makes it so interesting. Now, one thing I wanted to bring up was that it looks like Vicky Langer in the comments made a few comments about Sheila's money. Like, apparently the last time she was on in 17, she told Eric she sold some land she had in Genoa City,
Probably
Okay.
her mama's land.
and I don't know what land she had, but I wouldn't be surprised if she had some.
That's her
Probably
mama.
her baba.
Remember, her mama had a farm, and Sheila burned the farmhouse
She
down.
did. She sure did. I remember that, Bubbles.
That's
Oh,
Molly.
Right. She
you're
tried to
right.
kill the mama in there, right? She tried to
Yeah,
burn them
that's
up.
Molly. That is Molly Carter's farmland that Sheila sold because she would have been the only other heir. Sheila didn't have no siblings until they came up with that bullshit story later on, and they
Yeah.
gave
This
her
is
sister. But Sheila
ridiculous.
was an only child. Mr. Bell created her, so she would have gotten that land behind Molly after Molly died.
Oh, so yeah, so there actually is, but of course, they like to act like Genoa City ain't never happened. Oh, wait, the other thing that I found that was very interesting today what Sheila put specifically said, and I have to keep my fingers crossed. I really want to know what Courtney Draper is up to today. Did y'all hear Sheila say the rest of my children don't want nothing to do with me?
Yep, she sure
Yep, she
Uh-huh.
said that.
She
She sure
did.
did.
My eyes got buckets, 50-cent pieces when she said that.
But y'all remember, well, now is she talking about all her kids or just these two girls? Because
Just
Casey
bold and
already
beautiful
told
kids.
us,
Just
yeah, because
bold and
Casey
beautiful.
already told us that them Young and the Restless kids don't count over
Right.
here because it's different
The
universes.
timeline. Right.
Even though Thomas mentioned, do the people in general know about Sheila? He mentioned that when they was talking about her last week or the week before last. So whatever's clever, Trevor, I wouldn't own Tom Fisher's children either. Those would
Well,
be
there's no
babies
reason to.
that
Let's be
I was made
honest.
to. I would not claim Tom Fisher's seed either. So she more than likely is talking about Mary and Diana. And do y'all know how happy it would make my heart if they brought Ridge's sister, who is also Finn's sister, to the show?
That would be
That's so
hilarious.
gross when you think about
Steffi's
it.
Steffi's aunt.
Ridge and Finn sharing a sister, and
Yep.
Finn being married to Ridge's daughter.
He's
Yeah.
married to his sister's
I'm
niece.
at least gonna laugh if it happens, though.
It's the
Yes, just
but
like
it's the kind of twisted ass mess that they would do on this show. Since
on
that was
this
the
show.
whole point of them
Exactly.
to exactly, they would do
They
that shit in
are
a heartbeat.
family parents. So, yeah, that to me, I think, wow.
So y'all
Hmm.
think that we just got a chemistry test with Billy too? Bill and Lee?
Nope. I think
No,
that's gonna go
Billy.
somewhere.
I think that's gonna go somewhere just slower.
Yeah.
But I really because the thing is, well, one thing is this is that Bill and Lee literally aren't doing anything else on their own. They don't
Yeah.
have any stories running for those two characters except for that. At
It's
least one thing I could
terrible.
say for it is one thing I could say for Deacon and Taylor is that they both have other ongoing stories that they are a part of that were outside, them mixing it up and getting to know each other and conversating, so to speak. So
Mm.
so yeah, I think that they've pretty much put a pin in that for right now because yeah, they've definitely put a pin in it because Deacon then went and got himself some of his little booty tang from
And I want Sheila to be pregnant.
I ain't
Come
gonna
on,
say it's
y'all.
beyond
Y'all need to stop
possibility.
with this. Sheila has got grandson now. Come on now.
So
And
Sheila got a grandbaby. Y'all really
and
Sheila's
so you
still
know
in her
what?
prime,
Somebody
baby.
put a
She's
poll
still in
on
her
Twitter.
prime.
Well, but see, it works out though, Sam, because when
Yeah.
Douglas is gone, somebody's got to take care of the baby.
Somebody got to take care of Beth.
Aunt Donna.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Beth does age backwards. So yeah, you're right. You're right.
Somebody got to take care of the
Take care of
prison
Beth.
baby.
Look,
Somebody got to take care of Beth because, she probably going to be in diapers for another 5 or 10 years.
right.
Exactly, the prison baby can do it.
Right.
I'm trying to tell you, babies born after her will be changing her diapers.
Her prison niece or her prison nephew.
Yeah.
Gonna be 15. That poor
Mm-mm-mm.
little baby Beth is still gonna be in diapers.
I mean, it literally works out. See, Bubbles, because Hope is already collecting kids. She might as well have Beverly Hillbillies in her house too.
Oh my God.
Tell you. So I'm trying to tell you,
I
she needs
mean,
to
come
grow
on,
up
let her have it.
and make one of those what Bubbles called them mop and glow babies because she need to
Yeah.
release Douglas. Once she released Douglas, I would be so pleased because I would love to see what her and Liam sit there and do in that shed without Thomas and Steffi
Well,
propping them up.
I mean, but
Mm-hmm.
think about it. It works because here's the thing. Once Douglas goes back where he belongs with his daddy and his people, if Sheila is gonna be just like what happened with Sheila when she was pregnant for James and James was with Maggie. If
Mm-hmm.
by the time this story goes down, if they don't flee together, Deacon and Sheila going to jail together, somebody got to raise that child. I nominate Lope.
See?
See, there you
Y'all better
go.
leave
Hope don't
Sheila
have them
alone
enough.
with these
Low for
babies.
Hope,
prison baby 2020.
I'm
hope.
for it.
I want
That
my
is one
happy
child
ending
that
for
could.
Sheila. My happy ending for Sheila is for Sheila to have a happy ending with Richard Michael Guthrie. I want Sheila to break Richard Michael Guthrie out of jail in her red wig, and I want them to be Bonnie and Clyde together.
I feel like it's coming.
But she still gonna come back with Deacon Baby, Sam. I mean, they gonna do it, but she gonna break Mike out, but she coming back in a year or two with Deacon Baby. I'm telling you, just watch.
I don't want Sheila showing up with no more babies. Every time Sheila damn show up with a
She
goddamn
can.
baby,
She can stop obsessing over
But
Stephanie.
that's her
Damn it.
thing. That's her thing. She just like Hope. They both child collectors. They both be collecting the children. So that's
well
her
then she
thing,
just might
Sam.
as well stay with Deacon and just let Hope raise all her and Deacon bastards.
Let them Lope. As far as I'm concerned, Lope can open a home for wayward children right there in Brooks' damn backyard. Crack it open.
Imagine if
Rightfully
they
Everybody be
come
and
back
happy.
with
sure.
prison baby. It's two prison babies, prison twins.
Let her crack it open. That way everybody gets what they think they deserve. Brooke daughter have all the safety blankets she could ever want, one for every damn day of the week. Douglas will be back with his people, and I won't have to keep dragging these bitches through these Twitter
The
streets.
Correct.
Marones, the
By they
Marones.
goddamn follicles.
You know, because if there's twins, though, think about it. Because then Brooke can have one. You know?
Lumi.
Child,
Y'all
Brooke,
so not
Brooke,
serious.
Brooke still probably fertile. We don't need to give her nobody else kids. She was still busting down making babies with Bill Spencer when he was Katie's husband. So
Oh
we
my
don't want to
gosh.
keep him with no babies.
Somebody threw out there today that Donna should have one for Eric. Say wait.
Oh,
Yeah.
Donna and
Yes.
Eric.
Donna and Eric. And guess what? I'm here for it because that would completely destroy Brooke. So
Now
You know,
y'all,
Eric.
y'all get it together because we gotta start wrapping it up. I just looked at the clock. It's 9:06. Okay.
I know. We so
But
we
oh
so funny.
man.
Look, I just think that we
I'm
came
sorry.
up with a way to
I
fix
gotta
this
be
story for
petty a
everyone.
little bit. I just gotta be
Bubba,
petty a
let's
little
talk
bit.
about Donna and Eric, baby, just a little bit. Just give us 2 more minutes, Bubba.
I
You got
can't.
2 minutes. You better make it count.
Yeah, so Sam, talk about it. What you think about it? Donna and Eric having them a little honey bear, girl.
I can't.
You
I
like they
can't.
can decorate the whole nursery and Winnie the
Lady
Pooh?
Sanchez,
I
why you
can't.
want me to lose my dinner? Like,
I can't. Exactly. I cannot. I
Listen,
cannot. I tweeted
Lady
today that Donna and
Sanchez.
Eric still gross me out. They
I'm
still
with
gross
Lady
me out.
Sanchez because
Mm-hmm.
Donna right now next to Katie is the youngest of the Logan sisters.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
are and the only woman on this show who is said to have entered menopause is Brooke Logan. Everybody else is fertile. She's the only one who's had a menopause storyline. So as far as I'm concerned, the rest of them bitches can pop out a baby at any drop. Taylor
Look at
can have
the
another set of twins.
Taylor gonna be next.
look at the post that SB Ryder
Donna
put
can
up there.
have triplets for Eric to make up for all them years where she sat back and was just wishing she could be back with her honey bear. Give her 3 kids to tie her up with Eric. She'll be even
Oh
with.
God, no! I don't want to see those things.
She can have Eric Jr. the second.
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't. All I'm thinking as you say that, Bubbles, is flowers in the attic. That's it.
y'all know what? It's disgusting
Those
that they
children
got
could be
Donna
raised by
walking.
octogenarian.
That's a shame they
Y'all,
got Donna walking around in a bathing suit
Uh-uh.
now. So they took her out of lingerie just to put her in a swimsuit.
somebody circling this plate in the background, but that's okay because we're wrapping it up. I gave Lady Sanchez her 2 minutes and she got her 2 minutes.
Thank you.
Funny
Um,
Forrester.
yeah, I'm gonna support Donna and Eric having their own baby. It could be their little late in life baby. We don't know. Donna hasn't gone for menopause yet, so let's give it to her. And then Eric can worry about how he gonna split his shares because he got 3 more kids to deal with. Put it on the books. I'm ready to see it.
All right. Well, on that note, I will bid y'all farewell. Y'all have a good night, especially y'all folks out in the comments and the folks out in YouTube. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you guys for showing up. SB Ryder, Electra Storm, Vicky, Natalie, Louisa, Sarah. I don't think I missed anybody, but if I did, I'm sorry over there on YouTube. Everybody that was over here in the yard, Sam, Darling, Stefan, Lumi, Miss Queen Libra, Can, Sam. I know I missed somebody.
Probably
Amaya
Maya.
was on. I hope that was everybody. And if not, I still thank you guys. I just didn't remember your name. We'll see
All
y'all
right.
tomorrow.
All right.
All
Night, night,
right. Y'all
everyone.
have a good
Good
night.
night,
See y'all
everybody.
tomorrow.
Night.